Hey, Sneeze. How are you? Oh. Alright. Start closing things down that I don't need. Don the old pirate's hat. Don't you fucking read me, bitch.
A rogue of talent is always welcome among us. And from what I have heard, you are skilled indeed.
Hello. Almost 2 years. How time does fly. Fucking hell. It is, man. It's certainly been a memorable 2 years, man. I mean, two streams in 2 weeks.
Fine.
What
Coddle
is this
them,
madness?
and all you'll do is line their bodies up for execution.
And then Palmer comes in with his big nuts, dropping all the subs. I appreciate it, buddy, and of course, I appreciate that resub. Hang on, what? No, you've resubbed already. You resubbed last week, you silly bastard. What the fuck? He is just dragging them all over the place. Ah, how is everyone? How is everybody? Also, cheers. Congrats to Argonaus, Green, The Consave, Sophie Snaz, and Magnus. Doing okay? Should be doing great. Should be doing great. Don't kill anyone to look, Sneeze. I'm just the world, you know. In fact, let me just knock that up a little bit so the old feather isn't cut off. I don't choose to kill people. It's whether or not they make silly mistakes and silly. Oh, he's coming with a social encounter today. Oh. Okay. 10,000 get fucked. Or no fucks given for a social encounter. I've got a... Rip. Goodbye, Steel. Social encounters could be good. And I think the one I've got planned is going to be very entertaining today. Very entertaining. So, what we'll do is... I'll unmute
a rogue of talent is always welcome among us.
We'll have
and from what I have heard, you are skilled
Nikki,
indeed.
1713 sub, thank you. Cheers, my dear. How are you? Also, I've got one can of cider left, so I'm kind of on the old Baileys at the moment. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let's unmute the rest.
Sad he's not drinking it out of his shoe.
Mate, I might do actually. You know, don't tempt me. So, it's been a while. Fucking Steele's big dick in it now. Look at that, Deez. This is your fault, mate.
I mean, I can refund it and tell him to go fuck himself.
So we've got a social encounter and a combat encounter. That's just going to randomly appear at some point. Okay. I feel like man's got a lot of points to spend.
Yeah, you hear that, Palmer? At some point, which means you're going to have to stick around, bitch.
Oh yeah, they stack. So it's only one per stream. Because it's only one of each per stream, Shade. Because otherwise...
We have to maintain the narrative.
I've got to railroad them to some extent. But we've got some...
Also, you're a prick, Solution.
Why? I've not done anything yet.
Because you didn't have shit for months on end. And then you put up that F's given one, and I blew like 50K on that bullshit. And now you've got actually shit that makes
a rogue of talent is
always
he's let us
welcome
use
among us. His points
and from what I
to
have
help
heard,
ourselves.
you are
I give myself
skilled
inspiration
indeed.
to go fuck myself.
Disclaimer: people in stream cannot spend points if they are playing game. I need to put that as
I'm a mod.
disclaimer.
I do whatever the fuck I want.
Fine.
Jero.
Coddle them.
Hey,
And all you'll do is
fucking
line their
hell,
bodies up for
man.
execution.
Jesus.
Bitch.
Ed, what are you doing? What are you doing?
A rogue of talent is always welcome among us.
Yeah.
And from what I have
Yeah,
heard,
well,
you are skilled indeed.
Can I get a
No. That blew right through level 5.
yeah, and jump as well? Well, you know,
A
cheers,
rogue of talent
everyone.
is always welcome among
Ed,
us.
thank you.
And from what I have heard,
And again, jump.
you are skilled
Bloody hell.
indeed.
Hey.
I meant to do 5 all at one time, but it didn't let me do it.
Oh.
So I'm just doing them individually.
Well,
So
I
now that you are
appreciate it,
here,
everyone. Thank
perhaps
you.
you'd care to tell me who you
Hey,
are.
Fearless, nobody has to inspire us to drink, man. We're all drinking anyway.
You're
So-
well ahead of you.
Yeah, it's well, look, this is
A
gonna
rogue
run
of talent
through
is
for a
always
few
welcome
moments,
among
so
us. And from what I have heard,
shit.
I'm
you are
gonna
skilled
refill
indeed.
this. In fact, I'm gonna grab my last can, and then we'll dive straight in. So I think, you know, starters we mean to go on. So I will
What
be.
kind of pussy shit are you drinking?
I'm on Bailey's at the minute, so I've not got much else left. I like Bailey's. I like Bailey's. It's nice.
Today's social
It's good.
encounter, old Greg.
Hey, Cass. Hello. How are you? Right. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go and grab this this drink, and then we'll get started. I won't be a moment.
Look at all the people in here.
Mm-hmm. Fucking, I ain't seen Nikki and Fearless for a minute.
I've been playing, what's it called? Lee, what's it called?
Yep. Yeah.
Last.
That's the one.
I'm back. Ooh. So, ladies and gentlemen, cheers, Ed. Again, you absolute monster. Jump, thank you. Big Bear IRL, thank you for that follow. I appreciate it, man. Cheers, chat.
I mean, I've been playing games, Fearless. I just, you know, in my little hidey hole.
We have kind of been just antisocial recently, and getting stuff and things done. I mean, a lot of my time's spent on my Patreon stuff. Herald's when.
Well, I mean,
Okay, so
go ahead, Solution.
so
No.
there's a very, very good chance that the next patch for Conan that's dropping in a few days is going to completely fuck up everything that's been done. So I cannot confirm nor deny at this moment in time, so I would have wait for the next patch to drop. But it's it could just be a case of, you know what, fuck this, we're out. If it completely screws everything over, then yeah, we're done. But we'll see. We'll see. So Ed, can you be evil yet? In what way? In what way? As for the congratulations, Kaz, thank you. I appreciate it. Nikki's on rush. I'm just having a quick catch up, folks. Sorry about this. Jero's waiting for that ban.
Oh, he has points to spend.
It does. Well, so at the minute, for this session, Steele's already reclaimed the random social encounter and the random combat encounter. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. All right, shall we kick it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go on then, Lucius, as the spokesman for the crew. Give us a recap.
Last time on the Black Marque, after escaping a botched robbery, We bumped into the teeny tiny fireball that is Hazel. Say hello, Hazel.
Hello.
Yeah, and she stabbed a man in the nuts.
If you haven't
The
seen
right
that
one.
yet, if
No,
you haven't,
just one nut. In
if
the
you
yeah,
haven't seen it yet,
I'm
go back
sorry,
and watch it.
Solution. In the
No,
right
no, it's
nut.
fine.
I need to clarify.
Okay, in the right testicle. So we gained a new crew member. She's short-tempered to go with her height, and what else happened? Oh yeah, I snogged a really old dwarf lady for some cash.
Booger educated everybody on the pronunciation of pecan.
He did. And we set sail off to do some pirating and some treasure hunting, I believe.
Yeah, pretty much. You caused no end of hassle in Waterdeep. Hazel, you obviously beat back a few ruffians that was preying on Hazel, and then Hazel decided to murder the barkeep. You seem to have conveniently missed that part out.
I mean,
We got accosted by the guards on the way back to the ship.
Yeah, and then murdered them.
whoa, people, we only killed like 2 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, we let
Yeah,
one-
murder's a strong word there. Like,
so but,
it was kind of. No, it was murder.
yeah, at this moment in time, so let's have a quick recap overall. You wanted in Luskan. You probably wanted in Waterdeep. You're making a name for yourself.
Yo ho,
Hello.
yo ho, pirates life for me.
I mean, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. It's definitely the pirate's way. So yeah, basically, you managed to make it back to the ship. McCullum was accosted and forced to work under the ship's cook, Arvid, which he wasn't
Under
too happy
him.
about.
Ew.
And so with that, we pick up the tale a couple of days later, having left Waterdeep, and
Actually, we missed out. We pirated a ship and got ourselves a new mage.
you did. You
Yeah,
did. You
yeah.
get yourself a new mage who introduced himself as, let me just double check, Kylan. And he's typical mercenary as such. He's not someone who's a great magician, but he is a member who's been out at sea for many of his years, and his abilities of creating water have more than anything alleviated a lot of the crew's frustrations with long journeys. That at least now whenever he's alive, you won't have to worry about fresh water on board.
Ed, I hope you fucking
Yeah.
die.
Sigil Havoc. Never expected. I know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's, what can I say? Oh, hang on. Ed's redeemed a twist of fate. So, basically, Ed, the way this works, it's not so much... Let's have a look. So, Booger must do an entertainment skill check as to whether or not he is as funny as he thinks. Fail is shunned for DM's choice. Succeed, he tells it. So,
That's not how it works. I love it. Take it back. Take it all back.
You are? You
Huh?
want to keep that?
No.
So, basically, the way the twist of fate works is when it gets to a certain point, you can either make it like a heads or tails flip on a
Critical fail or critical success.
yeah. So, raise your hand. No, trust me, Ed. You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. As for height for 5.0, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not. I haven't got any plans at the minute. So you go on, Deez.
I was gonna say Ed doesn't get to dictate how my character acts. God damn it.
Okay, So, with you now being out on the waters, lost my train of thought now. In a couple of days from leaving Waterdeep, you've finally sort of introduced yourself to Kaelin, who is now the new ship's mage. Marque stood at the helm, nods to one of the crew members, to Blackwell.
You take the wheel. Need to have a chat with the rest of the crew. All right, crew.
And with that, you hear the bell ring, summoning everyone to the deck of the Harlot's Virtue.
I was up in the rigging, so I'm going to jump down.
Come on, everyone get round. We've got something to talk about.
Oh, it's important.
I'm sleeping, Captain. Do we really have to talk right now?
Aye, we do.
And he continues ringing the bell.
Where's that little Hazel? Where be ye?
She's right beside you.
I'm right here.
Oh, shit, so you are.
He looks down and coughs awkwardly.
All right. I believe a few others are still below deck, but this be the plan. As you know, Tiny fished up a few maps weeks gone from the wreckage down below. Do you remember?
Vaguely, right?
All right, so basically we've got a few options on where we want to go. Now, going back into Waterdeep is certainly the worst thing we can probably do at this moment in time.
And as he says this, he looks towards Hazel and glares at her with a sort of, what the fuck did you do? Expression.
Hazel looks like, what did I do?
Innocent as always.
Ignoring the fact that perhaps your face has been plastered all across Waterdeep. Here, have a look at this.
And with that, he takes 3 maps out and passes them around the assembled crew. One seems to be pointing towards the northwest. Another one straightly to the west, which, in fact, let's bring up the map of the Sword Coast. So, yeah.
So now that you are here, perhaps you'd care to tell me who you are.
It's new work, you're right.
So, by this point, you guys will have probably made it there. So,
the first one be to the northwest. We're looking towards, towards the frigid north, which, to be honest with you,
Fine.
past Loskin's probably
Coddle
not
them,
the best idea.
and all you'll do is line their bodies up for
Alternatively, we've got
execution.
some to our west, into the Whalebone Isles. And then the last one.
and he points to the last map.
This one seems to be towards Corrin.
Where the fuck is Corin? Oh, I see.
Once
just
upon a
so
joy,
close.
thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. How many nuts get stabbed this
Well, yeah, I'd say we fuck off on the one that heads us back toward Luskin, and we hit this one to the west and the one a little further south. If we got, if we got time.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, we've got all the time in the world. We know
Well,
what the
you
sails
say
are worth
that
a deep.
now.
Go on.
You don't know what's out there, Captain. You don't know what kind of. You know how we are, Captain. You know what kind of shit can go down.
Aye. All right, so, my vote be we start heading south to Corrin, work our way up towards the Whalebones afterwards, and then we see where we go from there.
God, that fucking works for me. I don't give a shit. Fucking let's go get some treasure.
All right, then.
So go on, Mitch.
I was just going to be like, aye, sounds good to me. Treasure's treasure, right?
Daddy Bugger needs a new pair of shoes.
All right, then. Back. Go on, Hazel. What's he got to say?
Barker leans
I've just-
down and pats Hazel on the head.
I've never been anywhere other than Waterdeep, so let's go. I'm ready.
Hang on. You've never been on a boat before.
No.
Haven't we had this conversation?
We absolutely 100% had this conversation. How much rum do you have last night, Captain?
Look. I mean, it's been a long while since. Look. All right. Can you swim?
I can float.
Marvelous.
That'll
That'll
do.
do. Everyone to your positions.
Marcus just raises his hat and orders everyone back to their positions.
So now that you are here, perhaps you care to
before
tell me who
STX
you
Live, thank
are.
you for
Climbs up
that
the
follow.
rigging.
I appreciate it.
He looks at Hazel. He's got something wrapped in a cloth, and he kind of waves it at her. I've got something for you.
Hazel runs over there in excitement.
Now, this is because you've been doing really well with your ropes and your nautical terms and stuff. And you haven't killed anybody since you got here, so that's good. So I'm giving you this, because sometimes things can get messy, and those little pig stickers you've got might not cut it. So here you are. And he unravels his vicious dagger, which is a magical
Okay.
blade.
Oh, how
Oh.
sweet.
Hazel
So-
takes the dagger
Stabs him in
and
the testicle.
slices it through the hair, trying it out, and
In that case,
says,
then.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Hey, no stabbing testicles, remember?
Can I do it with the other one?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Mhm.
Okay. So, just to quickly make you aware, Hazel, you now have a vicious dagger in your inventory. It's a magical weapon. And just in a nutshell, if you roll a 20 on your attack roll, the target takes an extra 7 damage. So it's as the name suggests, it's a vicious dagger. It's nothing too crazy. It's nothing, that's gonna murder foes, but
Better than
It
a
is
butter
magical.
knife.
it is magical, and it's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Okay. Anything else?
No, he just gives her a wink and climbs up the rigging again.
And she runs off all giddy.
Booger takes a hit from his flask and goes back down and lays in his hammock.
So at the moment, then, Mitch, you're on scout, you're
I'm
on
on-
lookout.
yeah, I'm on watch
You're on the
duty,
rigging. Okay. Booger, you're sleeping and resting and not giving a shit.
Hey, flying into rages at the wind blowing is tiring.
The wind blows, and at this, Booger flies into a rage. Frank, what are you doing at the moment? What's your role on the ship at present?
Watching over the deck,
Okay.
the sailors on deck.
Watching that dag.
Hazel, last but not least.
Hazel is off in the corner with her new dagger, practicing on a bag of food.
What the fuck?
Okay, that's good. I like it. So, as Hazel's there carving away, a few hours later, it's early morning by this point, and Mitch, just roll me a quick perception check.
Perception.
In fact, before you do that,
I'm too late.
No, I'll take it, but I'm just going to quickly
Spam
you
through
just-
the chat.
spam through the chat. Yeah. So just to let everyone know, Mitch did roll 17, but I'm just going to quickly. No, don't want to fucking roll that, Jesus. Aha, there we go. So, change that back. As you begin to look out, Mitch, you begin to see a little bit of flotsam coming off the starboard bow. Bits of crates and various other wreckage from a typical ship.
I whistled out, and I'm like, wreckage of the port bow.
Glade steps up from below, and she turns around and relays the order to Barker.
Oh, wreckage, is that so? All right, then. I'll make a move.
With that, Barker spins the wheel, and the Harlot's Virtue begins to steer towards this wreckage. Fuck off, Jero, it's great. As you get closer, you begin to see various barrels, crates, just bobbing. There doesn't seem to be any signs of life around. And Glade, the elven crew member, she peers over the side of the ship. Captain, it appears that there's bottles in the water below.
Bottles, you say? All right. Everyone. Looks like we'll be doing a bit of fishing. Have at it. Get that loot on board, and we'll see what there is below.
Guess we're going swimming tonight.
Various members of the crew begin to throw grappling hooks overboard, and some dive in and begin to retrieve various crates. Are you still on top deck, Lucius?
Yeah, I'm on lookout.
Mhm.
Keep an eye on the horizon, because, if there's a shipwreck in the water, then where's the ship? Or the ship that put the shipwreck here?
As the crew begin to load the goods on board, in fact, what we'll do is pull that back up. There we go. As the crew begin to load the goods on board, Blackwell, one of the louder members of the crew, surfaces from below deck and looks over. Looking up to Mitch, she shouts up, "Hey, Mitch!
What's that mean?
There are lots of bottles down here. Do you want one?"
What's in it?
With that, he looks at one of the bottles in his hands and shakes it. And sort of, I don't quite know, to be honest with you, but, well, what's the worst, eh? And with that, he pops the cork off the bottle and begins to down it in one swig. It seems like ale. Nothing too off with it. No, it's just ale. Do you want one?
How about we wait a couple of hours, see if you've got the shits, and then I'll think about it.
The rest of the crew burst out laughing at this exchange and shrug. And they begin to continue bringing the rest of the floating goods aboard. This takes a couple of hours. And roll me a quick investigation check as you're looking around through across the horizon. 19. Okay. The horizon seems as clear as day. There is absolutely nothing out there, nothing that would raise the alarm. And through the wreckage, there weren't any signs of a battle or cannon fire. It just seems that something
Shipwreck.
It's just a generic stormy shipwreck. Yeah. A couple of hours later, it gets to just after midday, and Arvid stomps down the middle of the lower decks with McCullen in tow. McCullen's there, banging on a pot. All right then, lads, come on, it's be time for dinner. Come on.
Booger perks up at the word dinner.
Just quickly double checking something.
Finally crawling out of his hammock.
So, at this, I mean, you've been at sea a couple of days, and McCullen's not exactly taken well to his position as chef's bitch. He's moaned to the vast majority of the crew. He's moaned to Captain Barker. He even had, generic bitches at you guys as well. So overall, even though he's doing what's been asked of him, McCullen's in a absolutely foul-tempered mood. So what I'm going to ask you all is, I want you all to have a little bit of a flashback over the last few days, and individually, I want you all to give me a small story on what your character's done to piss McCullen off as the ship's cook. So I'll give you a few minutes to have a think about it.
Okay.
And also, Deez, thank you for that gifted sub to Once Upon a J.
Joy, once upon a joy, you blind bastard.
I am blind. It is Joy. God damn. I appreciate it. Once Upon a Joy. There you go. Thank you again for that follow.
All right, well, Hazel goes first.
Okay. So this is more of like a flashback scene as such. So what would have Hazel have done to piss the dwarf McCullen off, who's now chef bitch?
So, in the scene, we're all sitting around eating, and McCullen is sitting across from Hazel, and Hazel's eating. And at this point, she takes a bite, and she looks up from her food, meeting McCullen's gaze.
Oh, what's the matter? You've got a strange look on your face, lass.
You could have cooked this a little bit less. It's a little burnt. Do you think maybe next time you could cook it less?
What do you mean it's burnt? Look. McCullen looks to Arvid. You cooked this, Arvid, didn't you? Arvid just turns to McCullen and shrugs. In his usual fashion, says no words and just carries on eating messily out of his bowl. McCullen turns his attention back to Hazel. I'm not exactly no massive cook now, am I? This is... Just enjoy it, you wee shit.
Now listen, McCullen, I like a good char, but this shit is burnt. And then she throws the dinner roll at him for calling her a little shit.
The piece of coal hits McCullen in the head. And it is thrown with quite a bit of... In fact, roll me an unarmed... In fact, let me throw your character on, Hazel, because I've not thrown you on here yet, sorry.
Wow.
Roll me an unarmed strike.
What is that one under?
Inventory. Okay. So Hazel throws this charcoal or coal towards McCullen. Roll me an attack.
God damn fucking critical.
This lump of coal flies forward, smashes with such force into McCullen's nose that it just shatters. Blood splurts everywhere, and he falls backwards off of his stool onto the ground, and then rolls a few times before landing against the side of the ship and lets out a.
Hazel says, "Teach you to burn my shit."
Okay.
Yeah, Booger's ready whenever. So,
Yeah. Go on then. So, flashback to Booger. What's Booger done to piss McCullen off recently?
Mine fits a similar theme to hers. So Booger, hasn't been doing shit, as everybody knows. He's been lounging in his fucking hammock. He ain't much of a hard worker on the ship. He's more of a lives more for the fighting. Anyway, he's lounging back in his hammock or his bunk or whatever, taking little sips from his flask, polishing his weapon. Fucking McCullen starts to walk by. Booger takes a little
A
sliver,
rogue of talent is
splinter
always
that
welcome
he's had on
among
the
us.
ship and starts
And from what
picking
I
his
have
teeth.
heard, you are
And just yells
skilled
over to
indeed.
McCullen. Hey! McCullen! When the fuck are you gonna learn to cook this meat?
Well,
It's
yeah,
fucking burned as shit!
I mean,
They-
what do you want from me? It's not like we've got venison or some other fucking crazy meat on board. You get what you're given and you like it.
It ain't the kind of meat you're cooking. It's how you're fucking cooking it. It's dry as a fucking bone. I bet you've been treating Arvin's meat better than this. Keeping it all nice and tender on those long days in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't do a thing like that. What do you... Captain.
Listen, what happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen, McCullen. I just expect this meat to be better cooked.
McCullen just continues slopping, this various soupy, nasty, grimy shit into bowls and passing it out to the rest of the crew and ignores Booger. Are you done?
I'm done. That was it. I had to give that old dig at Arvin,
Frank or Mitch? Who's up next?
I'll go next.
Go on then.
Okay. A few nights previously, Frank was on deck watch at night. And it's a perfectly calm, quiet night. It's not too warm, not too cold, it's perfect. And Frank's just enjoying the evening in solitude, as he likes to. McCullen comes stomping up, muttering about how he gets no respect and all the slights perceived or imagined.
Frank, come on, listen to me, man. They're all absolute arseholes to me. None of them want to, listen to what I got to say. They treat me like shit. Surely you'd be the best one to lay me sorrows on. Freebird's your fucking champion. Bear with me.
Frank's in no mood. So, with a quick prayer for forgiveness, he casts Hold Person onto McCulloch.
Okay. Go for it.
Do you want me to actually do it?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Yeah.
Give me some rolls. Give me something to work with. Freebird, thank you very much for those gifted subs. Holy shit. Everywhere. Fuck. Okay, so McCullen, let me let me bring in the miserable bastard. So as he's waffling on, is there like, look, they don't appreciate me, Frank. None of them ever like what I do. And just as his mouth opens, what have you done to me? He just freezes on the spot on deck with his mouth hanging wide open. Anything else? Or is he just going to stay there?
And Frank just says, "Take over my watch for a little while, McCulloch," and goes and gets himself a drink.
Okay. Oh.
What do you want?
Dear.
You're not paying me for a conversation.
Just got images now of McCullen being frozen on deck. I mean, how long does it last for? That's the question.
I mean, I'm just going to get a drink and I'll come back and release him.
Okay, dokes. Mitch.
So, Mitch has been teaching Hazel the ropes, literally. How to tie knots, different knots you lose for the rigging and stuff like that. And the day before, McCullen thought it'd be wise to use his wisdom to teach Hazel how to do a knot.
This
Poorly.
is how you do
like,
it, Luke.
Just wrong.
Okay.
And I come up behind him as he's doing it, and I'm just like, ugh.
So here's a look here. This is how you do it. You see, if you just tie it like this, and then you loop it. No, hang on, and then you loop it. This, no, okay, I got it. So if you do it like this, and then see perfect, it'll hold anything. And as he pulls this knot, basically the whole thing comes loose, and the piece of metal that he was using to test it on just falls to the ground and clatters.
Why are you teaching a useless shite?
I mean, I'm not. This is how you tie a knot out on the oceans to keep. Why? What's wrong about it?
Hazel, this is how you tie a knot. And I pick him up, turn him upside down, and tie him to the mast.
What the fuck do you think you'd... Oh! No! Not like this!
See, I've used 7 different knots, each one more complex. And that should hold for indefinite, I suppose. Need an axe to get that shit up.
McCullen's there tied to the, the fucking bastards, the lot of you!
I tell Hazel to let him down when he goes purple in the face.
Okay.
Solution, do me a favor and roll to see if Arvid comes along and rubs his balls on McCullen.
Hang on, man. Hang on.
Fucking cheese, man! How you been, man?
Oh, hey, man!
Jesus.
It's been a minute. Also, Solution just got fucking bukkake on.
Oh, man. Yeah, absolutely. Freebird again. Thank you. Diesel with the saltiness. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, buddy. And, yeah, it's been madness this stream. Crazy.
Well, I see some fucking names from back in the day in there.
Absolutely. There is some names from back yonder. Okay.
Wait, hey, can Hazel add to that?
Absolutely.
Which
yeah,
one?
go for it.
So, Mitch gives Hazel the command, but she stands there with her new dagger and is poking McCullen until he turns purple.
God damn!
Not till he bleeds, but just making him scream just slightly.
Just taunting it.
Yeah, taunting. I'm not trying to cause damage.
God damn, Joe.
So, fast forward back to present day, with everyone sat down now in the galley, with McCullen serving food up.
Solution, if he is fucking.
McCullen begins to start at the far end of the table, and this is much further away than you guys, and you can see him just grumbling away as he begins to slop down various bits of shit onto the plates. In fact, let me just quickly sort this out because you've gave me a great idea. So bear with me momentarily. Oh, she's gonna be great. Right, bring that onto there, then onto there.
Carol, I'm concerned about what BBEG stands for.
Big bad evil guy.
Oh, okay.
So, let me bring these in. This is gonna be great. So, let's bring you into this. hopefully.
Oh, Sneezer, you're the fucking best.
Sneezer has redeemed his game inspiration. You're going to duck out for a little bit. You want to make sure Booger has advantage when he needs it. So, as the crew's all gathered round for dinner, McCullen begins to move round, just slopping gristle and soup into a bowl and muttering to himself. And eventually, he gets down towards Hazel. And he looks at her. And he looks at the soup. Then he moves on, completely ignoring her, towards Zeta, who's sat next to Hazel, and she's like, oh, okay.
Booger, sitting across from Hazel, obviously, pops up. Hey, McCollin, hold on now. I think you skipped somebody.
No, I haven't. There's not.
No, you did.
McCullen looks towards Hazel with angry eyes, his brows knitted into a deep frown, and his lips puckered up behind his dwarven beard.
Hazel looks up, like, wondering what's going on, and glares at McCullen.
What?
What's going on, McCullen?
Don't you what's going on, me? You know exactly what's going on. And he points to his nose, which has now got a bandage across it. And then he points to his belly, where he's got multiple little red marks underneath his shirt from where he's been poked with a dagger numerous times. You know exactly what's going on. No dinner for you.
No, that ain't gonna work, McCullen.
Mitch stands up. You hear his stool behind him just scrape across the floor. Now, McCullen, that isn't for you to decide. You ought to make the food and hand out the food to the crew. Now, do we have a problem here? Are you going to do your job? Or are you not?
As you're saying this, Arvid comes in with a big cauldron and a large wooden spoon, and he's just there, just eating food out of the cauldron underneath his arm. It's good.
Hey, Arvid. Your little worker ain't doing his job. You gonna do something about that, or you just gonna sit there and eat that, you fat piece of shit?
Arvid shrugs his shoulders, continues eating out of the cauldron, and heads back into the kitchen. McCullen's there. He's like, go on.
Now Booger stands up. Listen, motherfucker, if you ain't gonna do something about it, we gonna do something about it. You about to be a worker short and a little bitch boy short.
So Hazel stands up on her chair with both her hands on her hips, glaring at McCullen, and says, listen, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you keep looking at me with these googly eyes, and I don't like it. And that's why you've been getting what you've been getting. So you need to back up and give me my food.
Is that what it is? McCullen, you got a little crush on little Hazel. Is that what
Hazel,
this is?
You have been granted inspiration by Blackburn, which means you get to roll a skill check or an attack at advantage. Hazel,
if you need it.
If you need it, yes. You can use it whenever. It can't stack. You can only have one at a time for the session, but it's yours for when you need it. Hazel, roll me initiative.
Oh, motherfucker. It's going down.
Wait, hold on. I gotta find it. Oh,
So-
where is it?
So click on your character.
Utility.
Yeah, click on your character.
Okay.
Go to utility. Roll initiative.
Oh, it's in utility.
Okay. So as Hazel's currently mouthing off towards McCullen, all she sees is this rolling pin just pulled out from behind him, and he brings it down straight onto Hazel.
At which point, Booker rolls initiative.
Not yet. Just wait.
Oh, wait, so McCullen's doing that to Hazel?
Yeah,
Yep.
McCullen's slapping you over the head with a rolling pin. What's your AC?
So Hazel, seeing this coming. Wait, what?
So
What's your AC?
So if you double click on your character, your armor
Mhm.
class,
It's 14.
14. So so as the rolling pin comes down, it just misses by like an inch, and he begins to let out some. I'm not even going to attempt to make the noise, but it's just what you would expect a dwarven ree to sound like. And he begins to swing this rolling pin towards Hazel. Over to you.
Well, Hazel, shocked by this, because his swing, he was in close proximity of Hazel. She jumps onto his back to try to lock her arm around his neck to start strangling him.
Okay, you can grapple him. Roll me a let's say acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh, which one? Which one?
The one with the check mark by it.
No, no, but I'm trying to decide acrobatics or athletics. I want it to be a good one.
I think it would be acrobatics.
So, as Hazel tries to swing around to get McCullen in a chokehold, he sees it coming and batters her away. No, this is all your fault, lass. You break me nose. You stab me in me gut. Fuck you, you little wee piece of shit. And at this point, he's waving this rolling pin around like some sort of crazy thing. You know, he's frothing at the mouth. No, it's all of you. And he begins to point the rolling pin across the crew. You're all as bad as this one. And then, with Mitch stood next to him, he swings the rolling pin towards Mitch. Mitch, roll initiative.
Reinforcements.
With
I'm
disadvantage.
afraid you are too late to save this one.
Oh, yeah. So, as this rolling pin flies towards Mitch, it's met. Go on, Frank. How do you deflect this blow?
I just put out my armored arm and take the whole force of the blow on the armor plating.
Metallic.
It makes a bell like dong.
Dong. This metallic ring just echoes across the ship, and the rest of the crew look up from their dinner and see McCullen just flying into a rage. Talking about rage, Lone Wolf with the raid. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. Welcome, Raiders. We're currently in the middle of one of the crew flipping his shit because of Hazel jump lax. So, and the rest of the crew haven't helped matters either. Mitch, over to you.
Well, dumbfounded that his rolling pin clanged of Frank's armor. As Frank moves his arm away, Mitch's fist comes from underneath it, straight to his jaw.
Okay.
For an unarmed strike.
So now, if anyone else wants to get in combat, roll initiative. Unarmed strike. 15 is enough. The strike does indeed hit McCullen.
I rolled 11. Frank's
11.
initiative was 50.
It's actually enough.
What is it?
His AC is not very high. It's McCullen. He's not exactly well versed in the arts of combat.
For 4 damage.
So the uppercut just hits him squarely under his beardy chin. And with that, he begins to rage even more, spitting curses at the rest of the crew.
And for all his bluster, you take another one.
That's certainly enough.
Specific damage.
Jesus. Okay.
And we'll spend a key point and stunning strike him for good measure.
Go on then.
There you go.
So McCullen's not
DC
actually a
13
cook.
con
He
fail.
he was forced to basically be the cook's bitch due to being a pain in the arse. Okay, that's Constitution saving throw on McCullen. He manages to just avoid the incoming fist to his temple. Only marginally. What the? It's all your fault. I'm gonna beat some sense into the lot of ye. And at the end
I
of the
just
round,
go, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Frank, over to you.
Now, quite quickly for an armoured man of his size, Frank leaps to his feet and pulls his shield off his back. And all he's going to do is give McCullen a big old shove with his shield.
Okay. Go for a acrobatics, or in fact, no, it'd be athletics, or just pure strength.
Yeah, strength. I think.
Okay. $13. Me very quickly. Haha. So as this shield, is he hitting with the shield? Is it?
Yeah, I just want to shove
Yeah.
him away because I don't want to actually hurt him.
So as McCullen's hit with this shield, he's knocked back to the side of the ship on his arse. Oh, why are you all so damn mean to me? Oh, I just wanted to have a little bit of recognition. Hazel, over to you.
Hazel looks at McCullen and says, "Are you going to stop staring at me around corners and when I'm going into places and changing? Because it's just kind of creepy. I think you've learned your lesson, right?"
Roll me a persuasion check. Not bad. What we'll do then is instead of thingy, we'll go with McCullen doesn't seem fazed by Hazel's words. He continues staring angrily at her, considering she's been the one who's caused him the most grief over the last week or so at sea.
So Hazel, having this newfound ability to tie I can't even talk right now. To tie knots.
Okay.
Because Mitch has been an amazing teacher.
Yeah, he has.
She goes to grab a rope to try to tie McCullen's legs together.
You're not wrong, Enders. Okay. Roll me a... so you're going to have to move up close to him.
Okay.
And roll me... I would say either dexterity or sleight of hand. In fact, let's go for sleight of hand. And in return, as this is going on, he is obviously going to try and struggle to get out of the. As Hazel, tries to wrap these ropes around McCullen to tie him down, he actually manages to break out of the ropes before the knot's tied. Kicking and screaming, you can't chain me down. No, this is your fault, you little bitch. This is all your fault. And at that, he reaches into his pocket and throws something towards Hazel. Hazel, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, is he throwing shit at her?
He's just carrying a dookie around in his pocket.
Oh my god, a 3!
As he throws this thing from his pocket, it turns out it's actually a small bag of spices. And all of the spice just immediately hits Hazel straight in the eyes.
Hazel's knocked back and yelling, "Ah, my eyes!
You are currently
My
blinded.
eyes, you bitch!"
Let me throw. Let's. Where is it?
Conditions blind.
Yeah, blind.
Second
There we
one.
go.
Yeah.
So, you've currently had, basically a small bag of spices thrown into your eyes, and McCullen's still there, sat on the floor, kicking and screaming, waving this rolling pin around. And I think that's your actions. Booger, over to you.
Well, I mean, you know how this is gonna go.
No.
Booger,
Seeing
seeing
this.
McCullen being a total asshole, flies into a rage.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel overkill coming
I'm
along.
about to say this is definitely overkill.
Booger leaps over the. I'm assuming there's a table here in the middle.
Yeah. There's assume there's a table between the
All right.
crew.
Booger leaps over the table and lands next to McCullen.
There you go.
Okay. You want me to roll
McCull-
anything for jumping over the table?
No. McCullen's there, is kicking and screaming and reeing on the floor. They just immediately silence himself as Booger jumps over the table, knocking various, plates and bowls all over the crew. Zeta and and Kazi, who were next to Hazel originally, are just covered in soup, head to toe.
All right. Booger leans down and grapples the front of McCullen's tunic and says, "You need to cut this shit out. You are a member of this crew, and even though people give you shit, they fucking have reason to. You constantly fuck up. You constantly grumble. You constantly complain about your lot in life. Do you understand that there is a place for you on this crew if you quit fucking up?" And backhands the shit out of him. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Give me
Yeah.
a second.
Ender's got it right, and Pip slaps him with full force.
I'll give you advantage
I'm
on that, mate. No,
yeah, all right.
Oh, hang on, stop.
No, I already did it. What's going on?
Oh, all right. Okay, so that's Jero's called a twist of fate. Now I can't do it on an unarmed strike,
all right.
but McCullen's roll me an intimidation check, Diesel,
All right.
on flip of a coin. So /R1D2.
Okay.
So critical success or a critical fail? Critical success. Oh. So, McCullen can't strike back against that. Can't strike back. It's critical success. He is scared shitless. He sort of cowers back as this fist is planted firmly. Oh, this backhand is planted firmly across his chops. Roll damage.
All right. Now Booger's gonna have Booger's backhanded the shit out of him.
Yep.
He's gonna ease up a little bit on the grip he has on his tunic. And he's
Okay.
gonna say, now listen, McCullen, you can be a valued member of this crew. You just need to follow our lead. Don't take too much initiative and pay attention to what the fuck you're doing. If you do that, you can stick around, you can make some money, you can have a home here. Now, if you're gonna keep fucking up, I will throw your ass over the side of this fucking ship and you can swim your ass to wherever the fuck you can find.
At this, Barker's just been sat with his feet on the table, his soup bowl cupped to his chest, and just, slowly.
No, I think Booger's got it right there. That's enough now, McCullen. Else, well, as the man said, toodle-pip, off you go, down the side, do your own shit.
And Barker looks to Booger and offers a single nod in appreciation.
And Booger nods his head as well in acceptance.
But Hazel.
Okay.
Hazel looks at McCullen and says, every time you stare at me wrong, I will make you bleed.
Roll me a quick type in chat /R1D2 for me.
Because you might not even be looking at him.
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry. Repeat
So
that again.
/R space 1D2.
In chat?
Yeah. In the Foundry chat, yeah.
Oh, in the Foundry chat. Hold on.
Yeah, the blank space below all the rolls.
Oh,
No,
/R.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Like that without the period.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the hard.
It's because you're a pirate.
Yep.
/R.
Arr. 2. All right, I'll let you off. Hazel's pointing her finger roughly in the direction of McCullen, even though, tears are currently streaming down her face as the spices are still in her eyes. Oh, I was hoping for a 1 there so you could point at Barker or someone. McCullen just sits in the corner, sobbing away. And with that, we'll end combat there. So,
That was good, man.
Very-
That was good.
may I just give a shout out to Mr. Steele for his combined combat and social encounter there.
Get fucked, Steel! Get fucked!
That was good.
Yeah. Oh, sad.
I hope that was worth the 20,000 channel points you just dropped, Steele.
Fucking love it.
With that,
That was good though. That was a good combat and that was a good social interaction.
let's head back to there for now. So,
So now that that's over, Booger's gonna go back to his hammock and take a rest.
Arvid comes back and with an empty cauldron slams it on top of McCullen's head, and then just drags him back into the kitchen with McCullen just sobbing into this metal, cauldron.
God damn. It's some sad shit.
And Barker just continues just to sit there, just.
Well, now, that was entertaining for 5 minutes. Are we all squared away?
Well, for now, Captain, I think we're good to go.
I think so, but Hazel's a little bit fucked up, and he's trying to pour water in her eyes to get the shit out.
Oh dear. Hey. That evening, most of the crew are asleep. Who's doing what? Is anyone rest? Who's currently resting? Who's currently doing what? So it's bear in mind now. It's been. Oh, go on. Say go on.
You know, Booger's resting.
Okay.
Hazel is resting at this moment because of the spices in the eyes and trying to get over the shit that McCullen has done.
I'll be on helm duty.
Helm duty. Okay.
Taking first watch.
Yep. Perfect. Frank.
Sharpening my sword.
Okay. So you're like below deck with the rest of the crew asleep and just Okay. So McCullen's still sobbing in a corner. Bear in mind, this is like 14, 15 hours later. And it's the middle of the night, and McCullen's just quietly sobbing. And you can't hear a great deal throughout the cabin. Apart from Blackwell. And he sits up in his hammock and looks around, looks to Frank. Yeah, Frank. I don't feel too good. My stomach's be turning and tossing like the fucking waves out on the ocean in a storm. How's yours?
Absolutely fine.
Of course it is. Hey!
Hey, Solution.
Yes, mate.
Jeb just said she had to step away for a minute for a potential family emergency.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Blackwell rubs his stomach. I just can't seem to settle myself. Oi! McCullen, you little shitbag. What the fuck do you think you put in the dinner earlier? McCullen chimes in. I don't know what you'll be talking about. Leave me alone.
Sniveling motherfucker.
Sniffling in the corner, snot running down his face still. Still traumatized from the day, he's got a busted jaw, a black eye. I didn't do nothing. Just leave me alone. Blackwell nods slowly before rolling back into his hammock.
Warned him not to drink that shit.
As the hours pass on, Blackwell ends up standing from his hammock again. He's like, oh, fucking hell, I've got to go below deck. My guts be feeling rough, lads. Absolutely rough. It's just, don't follow me down. Trust me, the sight of this is gonna be an absolute massacre. And he steps down to the lower decks.
I wouldn't go in there for maybe 45 minutes. I don't know what I ate.
A few hours later, he returns. Still
a few
clutching.
hours later?
A few hours later, he returns. And he sits on his hammock and... Oh. Boys, that did not want to come out. Hey, still feeling rough, but we'll see how he goes. Oh. And with that, he gets into his hammock and falls asleep. The next day, sun shining, sky's relatively blue. Mitch, roll me a quick perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
11.
11. Off the port bow-ish, you start to notice. Bear in mind you've been sailing like another day from now. So let's just bring this back up. Ship travels 10 miles an hour, so a day of full sailing. Let's say you're going against the wind, so as you start heading towards Corin, let's say you're about there. You now start to see further bits of flotsam.
But no ships.
But no ships. Yes, nothing. Screams attack or potential ships. But you are still along this path that you've been taking. You are still noticing various bits of wreckage, bits of flotsam floating around.
You said it was morning, right?
Yes.
Is the first watch up in the crow's nest yet?
No.
Okay, so it's just me on deck.
Just you on deck, and let's say Glade, because she's a trustworthy lass. She's also on deck, just patrolling up and down.
You not think that's strange?
About this time, Booger, he's been fucking lazing around for a couple days. He decides to wander up on deck and see if maybe he can be a little useful. But he's not there yet. He's still sleepy. Still fucking eyes got gunk in him. Whatever. Okay. He's just kind of meandering up on deck.
Yeah, Mitch just turns a Glade. I think that's odd. It's the second time we've come across that, with not a single fucking ship. The weather hasn't been bad. I haven't seen fucking knee seals for days.
Yes, that's true.
Do us a favour.
Go on.
Get up the crow's nest and have a look below us.
Okay.
Have a look out for any shapes or shadows underneath the water or anything.
Well,
just
look.
I got a bad feeling.
Mitch, do me a favour. Pass me your spyglass because I've got nothing that I can see with. I lost my other one overboard a few days ago.
Pulls it out of his pouch and tosses it to her.
Glade takes the spyglass, offers him she's quite the serious woman. Gets the job done, and she offers just a single respectful nod towards me, ship pirate. Ship pirate, how do you even lose your spyglass? Have you seen the crew, Jero? Glade.
We're a bunch of misfits.
Yeah, Glade scrambles up the mast and stands atop the railing, the spyglass out, and begins to look around. Let me quickly bring in.
At this point, Booger's, most of the way up the stairs now. Yeah. He's yawning. He sees Mitch on the helm. He's like, Mitch, the fuck is going on? You sound a little concerned.
More flotsam, mate. Fucking another shipwreck, maybe another 2 shipwrecks at least, by judging by how much is here.
Well, I mean, are we picking it up? What are we doing?
I don't know, mate. I don't trust it.
Glade calls down from the topmast. I don't see anything out there. It all seems just no movement on the horizon. Nothing that would scream ships.
God damn it. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Booger wanders over to a grappling hook and kind of lazily throws it at the nearest box he can see.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Yep.
14. The hook easily clasps into the wood of the crate through a small gap, allowing you to drag it towards the ship.
What's in the box?
Booger pulls it up on deck and kind of cracks it open and starts to kind of peer in and see what's inside the box. You want to...
Just say that again?
Do you want some sort of
No,
perception or
no.
investigation or anything? Or?
I mean, it's up to you. What are you just literally going to tear it open?
Yeah, I mean, it's Booger. He's just going to tear it open and see what's inside.
Various nails creak, and the lid's just ripped off the top of this crate. Inside just seems to be water damaged goods. A few bottles of ale seem to rattle around in the bottom.
I don't know, Mitch. It just looks like merchant shit, man.
I think there's another pirate crew out here.
I mean, we ain't seen hide in her hair, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure you'd have called me on top deck if we'd have seen something.
I mean, I haven't seen sails. Fucking Glade hasn't seen shit. So...
She's certainly seen shit. As the day progresses, nothing noteworthy seems to occur. It's again, various boxes begin to float by the ship, bits of wreckage, but again, nothing.
Any of it salvageable, or is it just all water damage?
It's mostly just water damage. You know, random bits of driftwood, nothing of importance or value. But as sun begins to set, so let's move a little further. Wrong screen. As the sun begins to set, there's a shape on the horizon. That Glade is Glade still on mast by evening?
If it's after lunch, then no, they'd probably switch over to somebody else.
Okay. Any volunteers?
Yeah, fuck it. Like, Booger's been asleep for 3 or 4 days. He's been rested. He'll get up on the crow's nest.
So as Booger's up in the crow's nest, he sees a small shape just on the horizon as the sun's beginning to set. You know, the water's got an orange glow to it, but there's something larger than what you've seen floating off directly ahead of the ship, probably off by about 45 degrees to the port.
45 degrees to the port. All right. Match! Match! Booger calls down.
I'm short. I'm not deaf.
Mitch, there's something. There's something off our port bow. About 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's on the horizon. It's some sort of object. I don't know what the fuck it is yet. Do I solution know what it is yet?
Pull out your spyglass and roll me a investigation.
Right.
Welcome back, Joe.
Here we go. I think I know what it is.
You do indeed. So, as you peer through the spyglass, you see what looks to be a large part of the side of a ship. Probably, I would say, 12 foot long, about 6 foot wide. You know, the sort of the curved silhouette of the side of a ship that's broke away and is just floating on the water. And as you begin to focus and looking around, you see spread out on the on this piece of wreckage 2 figures, splayed out completely, as if they've been potentially adrift for a while.
Okay. Match, there's a ship out there. Looks like it's wrecked, but I see some bodies around there. They appear to be unconscious or dead. I don't know.
All right, let's take us in. We'll get the crew to quarters, and just in case.
All right, and Booger starts to ring the fucking bell at the top of the crow's nest.
Okay. Various members of the crew begin to assemble on deck. Obviously, not all of the crew, due to some resting from the night shift, and others
have different duties.
Absolutely. I'm just quickly setting this up for you. After roughly 20-30 minutes, you begin to get much closer to this wreckage or floating flotsam. And you do notice as you get close that there are two bodies spread out on there. One seems to be a man in just disheveled, ruined, sort of generic sailor's merchant clothes. And another one's a woman who's, again, dressed in rags. So what we'll do is... we'll bring this up. One second. Just need to add... Glade looks over the side. I think perhaps that's... I mean, if they're not dead now, then they're certainly not going to last too long out there.
Let's see about getting them back on board. I want 2 volunteers to jump in the water. Everybody else on rope ladders. Help everybody get in. Yep.
Booger volunteers to go retrieve.
Can't find what I'm looking for. This is frustrating. Where did I put them? Aha, there we go. There we go. That'll do. Okay. Ha! Ta-da! We'll bring that in. And there we go.
Oh, I said there were 2. I only see 1 dude.
Yeah, the other one's like sat.
Yeah. The other one's sat. There's a
Oh, I'm blind as shit. I see it, yeah.
So, Booger, you're diving in the water, do you say, yeah?
Yeah. What do you want?
Well, just tell me what you're doing. It's you know, dive in the water if you dive in the water.
Booger's got 40 feet of movement, so he's just going just diving in, swimming straight over to the box.
Okay. Is this the end of the Titanic? Lee, fuck you.
God damn, Lee. No, it's obviously not the end of the Titanic. There's 2 people on that flotsam.
How it should have ended.
Oh, God.
That was room for 2.
So Booger fucking hops up on the box, pulls himself up on top of it. Hey, how y'all doing?
As Booger looks at the 2 bodies splayed out across this driftwood, one appears to be dead. Appears to be a male who was, you know, in the merchant sailor's uniform. He just appears to be death by dehydration. The woman, on the other hand, is, apart from a few rags covering her, completely sunburnt, absolutely parched, and is gasping for breath. And she doesn't seem to respond to Booger's call.
Okay, all right. So Booger's gonna poke old boy with his toe.
Okay.
Be like, hey! All right, yeah, he fucked. All right, he DRT's dead right there. Miss, now I'm gonna pick you up, and I'm gonna take you back to our ship. We're gonna see if we can get some water in you, get you to a nice dark place, get you nice and relaxed, and then we're gonna ask you some questions. So you know what? Just go limp. I got this. Booger's gonna try to pick her up and swim back to the ship with her.
Okay. Just roll me a quick strength check.
Yep.
Just bear in mind you're trying to carry someone through.
Through the ocean, yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
Critical,
Sweet.
baby. Get fucked.
So.
Yeah. Fearless. Fuck you. Just go limp, baby. I got this.
What I'm going to do there It's called a bathroom break.
Oh, you know what? That's a good bathroom break.
That's
That is a good
perfect
bathroom
time.
break.
perfect timing.
All right.
Perfect time for a bathroom
Good
break.
shout.
Pee break!
So- We'll see what happens to this in a moment. We'll be right back. Oh, dear me. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. We'll see how it pans out. I mean, Fearless, you know, we need to sort something. We need to sort something. Okay, I'm going to refill on best Kraken. I'm saving that for another time, Jero. Saving that for another time. That's a special one. All right, I will be right back, chat. You know my man.
Hi, Owen.
Now, speaking of Kraken,
Don't mind if I do. Ooh, Kraken and root beer sounds nice.
Actually, Kraken and root beer does sound pretty good.
I've got Kraken and cherry coke.
Straight Scotch, baby.
How's chat? You all having fun?
Yeah.
Kraken pomegranate juice.
Oh, can't go wrong with Scotch. Scotch is a bitter drink, sir. Good
What?
one.
No,
Depends
it's
on the
not.
scotch.
For a bitter man.
Yeah. Ah.
It's a sexy drink for a sexy man.
Oh, it is. It is.
Wait, who's sexy?
All of
Me.
us jump. All of us.
How
Potentially.
much? Never mind, I'm not. mad.
You're drinking Bailey's solution
Yeah, because I have literally got nothing else left.
out of a
And this is-
fucking shoe.
If I had a shoe, if I had a shoe, I would. I was meant to pick some alcohol up earlier, but I completely forgot. And then I looked in the fridge. I'm like, oh man, I've got one can of Thatcher's Haze left, which is gone. And I'm like, oh well, the wife's got some Baileys in the fridge. Well,
Do you guys have stupid laws over there where they don't sell alcohol on Sunday?
no, I just genuinely forgot. And obviously with
No.
the prep of Foundry and it derping out slightly before stream, I didn't get a chance to go and pick some more up.
Don't you have a wife?
Yeah, but no, not a chance.
No. You too much of a pussy to ask her to go pick up some liquor?
No, it's not that. I just know what the answer would be. I've got I think-
Really?
Oh, well.
yeah, can I get a hashtag GF emote in chat?
Listen, Solution, she needs to treat you better. I'd treat you so good. I'd go get you liquor, baby.
I mean, you would, but you wouldn't send me some jerky, some beef jerky that I've been waiting for a couple of months.
That's a different story. Like,
You're
I gotta
right.
go down to the UPS office for that shit. I don't know.
Just saying, just saying.
Yeah,
Fine.
so
I will
he-
go
he's
buy you some
totally
fucking
right.
jerky.
Diesel, he's totally right though. You haven't lived up to your part that you've promised.
Listen, Joe, shut the fuck up.
But I owe him stuff too, though.
Oh,
I
This
do.
just
No,
got interesting.
remember we
Okay.
were gonna send like a care package together.
There's not, Fearless. There's really not. The UPS store is completely across the town from the liquor store and from the Loves.
really, Inspector? Is it that bad at the moment?
You know what? Hold on. Sneezer, I know you're back in chat and I know you're listening. Remind me to go to Love's and get Solutions some beef jerky and ship it over to him. He's been good
Wait,
enough.
what? Is she
to-
like your note taker,
she-
calendar taker? What is this?
Diesel will be lost without
Yeah.
Sneeze.
Yes, Sneezer's
Yes.
an integral part of
Yeah,
my
she's
day
got her
to
shit
life.
together so well that she's got his shit together as well.
Don't
So-
you have a smartphone that will remind you too? Like
It's
say,
not
"Hey
as-
Siri."
It's not as good as Sneezer.
Oh, Siri just popped on my
Somebody's
phone.
phone just went off.
It was fine.
I got you, Solution. I'll fucking express that shit over to you.
I mean, again, as I said the other day, this is the only time I get to publicly give you shit. So I'm gonna
Humiliate
fucking-
me.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
take
got it. I got
I'm
it.
gonna do it, man. I'm gonna take it.
We'll go
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
Diesel. We'll get him a crap ton of beef jerky.
Just got this image now of a massive fucking box of just jerky turning up.
I mean, it's only like $50 a fucking thing. But I got you. I got you.
So good.
You heard it, chap. You heard it. We've got jerky coming.
All right, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll go pick it up and I'll mail it off. I gotta find your address again though.
Oh fucking hell! Are we all back? Jumps here. Deez is here.
I'm here.
No.
Lee's here.
No.
Yeah, we're
Mitch
all
is
here.
You started
Fearless?
talking about meat, and I showed up.
Fearless, I will not hesitate to time you out. Ask Jero.
Jero and our buds.
Let's turn this down a bit. 'Cause it's I've just noticed it's a bit high. Okay. So Booger had just jumped into the water, carrying this dehydrated woman at death's door.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with me.
I critted the strength check. Remember that.
Oh, yeah,
Before you fuck
absolutely.
me.
Yep. No, That's it's all good. As Booger and the woman enter the water, Booger, you feel life almost instantly return to her form, and a sense
Oh,
of danger
Fuck.
immediately
God damn it.
washes over you.
Why is it always a female? God, this is horse pussy.
You manage to make it halfway to the ship. So move halfway to the ship. And do you
God damn it.
do you continue dragging her along with you, or do you let her sink?
Well, what do I feel here? She's just returning back to life?
Yes, almost as if was just completely been rehydrated upon entering the water. Her body shakes slightly, and due to your danger sense,
Mm-hmm.
you immediately overcome with a feeling of dread.
Do I see any physical changes in her, like, other than, like, she looks revived?
Roll me a quick investigation check. So as you're swimming, you get a chance to look over her. The only thing that you can see is where you're sort of holding her over your shoulder as you're swimming. Down her back, which becomes exposed due to the rags that she's wearing, there seems to be almost like a seam, like
Like a seam!
yeah, like the seam on fabric where something's been stitched together.
Like a human skin suit.
Yes, like a human skin suit.
I'm trying to decide how Booger would act in this situation. Hold on a minute. Let me think about this.
Yep.
The scream, what the fuck? And throw up, probably.
Hey,
Alright,
Greek, how's it going, buddy? How are you, sir?
Booger's gonna tread water
Okay.
with old bitch on his shoulder. And he's gonna yell up at the ship. Mitch!
What?
Mitch, I'm not sure this bitch is human. She's got like a fucking seam down her back, and as soon as we hit the water, she started to perk up a little bit. You want me to bring her back on the ship? What do you want me to do?
Fuck you on
Ladies and
about?
gentlemen, roll me initiative.
Fuck you.
Now,
No, okay. 14, okay. No, I didn't roll. What the fuck?
oh, hang on, I've not set a combat encounter up. Let me try that. There we go.
Me and Frank rolled for initiative.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Jump. Jump still there, or is jump currently there?
Yes,
She's
I
here.
am
Roll for
here.
initiative, bitch. Pay attention.
I am here. Roll for initiative.
Roll for
Okay.
initiative. So, as this conversation's going off, the water behind Booger just suddenly bursts into the air, and this woman that was currently in his arms, the skin just falls away, and various tendrils of seaweed begin to sprout from this woman.
So now that you are here,
Yes, well,
perhaps
there
you
we go.
care to tell me who you are.
What is she, a fucking Kelpie?
Beat up and blue, thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. So, everyone else who's looking across is immediately surprised as this burst of seaweed just envelops Booger. Apart from Booger himself, who saw this coming. Let me throw up that.
But Hazel, standing on a box, peering over, yells, "Ew!"
Ew, tentacle porn!
Nom, 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 nom. So,
Beat up in blue, welcome in.
absolutely. Let me, the tendrils of seaweed just begin to lash out towards Booger. And the first one grabs him by the leg and begins to pull him under the water. Roll me a strength saving throw. $15. You manage to break away just at the last moment as your head slips underwater. And with that,
As soon as my head breaks the water, I start screaming, "Help! Help!"
but while you're underwater, you do see that. Just roll me a quick inside check.
Fucking give me all the checks, son.
Yeah. Okay, so you
And I'm
immediately
nailing them.
you nail it. So as you dip under the water, you see the form that it is indeed what you assumed it to be. It is a kelpie, which is
God damn it.
a creature that tends to prey upon the sailors out on the ocean. It's almost like a plant-based, an intelligent plant made mostly out of seaweed, but this one's a lot larger than ones you've previously come across in the ocean. Booger.
So can
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
can Hazel run and get the mage?
At your turn, maybe.
When it's your
Oh,
turn.
okay.
Yeah.
When it's my turn. I'm sorry. I'm trying to
No.
jump ahead. Damn
Don't
it.
apologize. It's all good. So, Booger, over
Okay.
to you.
Well, Booger obviously starts fucking swimming straight for the boat. Just freaking out. He's not in his element. He's in the water. He's used to, 2 feet on the ground, swinging his axe. He tries to run for the ship and screaming his fucking head off the entire time to get him some help.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I mean, the Kelpie.
I passed a strength check so I can get the fuck out of here.
Oh, no, you passed the strength to kill it, so you're not underwater. You managed to break free from it.
Okay, so I'm unencumbered. I can go to the ship.
Correct.
You want a strength check for climbing the ship or an acrobatics or anything?
Well, just hold your horses, sir.
As
you begin to swim, as you begin to swim away from the Kelpie itself and these various seaweed vines that are around it just instantly begin to lash out towards Booger. So the first one.
She's trying to grab my jug. Help!
The first hits. And the ends of the seaweed are almost razor sharp. And I do apologize, this is a crit.
Oh, god damn, okay.
So the first opportunity of attack. Second, from the other one. The second one misses. Booger manages to just dodge out of the way in the water. You know, sort of rolls to the side, and the bladed ends of this Kelpie's vines just slash into the water. And last but not least, the actual Kelpie itself lets out an inhuman howl. Various vines just erupt behind it and lurch towards Booger, but again, he's just a little bit too quick, and they just splash into the water around him. So it's just 12 points of damage from that first vine attack.
Okay, all right.
So that's your movement. Climbing, if you want to use a bonus action, I'll let you dash up if you want.
Yeah, as a bonus action, Booger tries to dash back up onto the ship.
Yeah, I'll not. I mean, you're all able-bodied. You've got the sea legs feet, so you know you're apt at getting back on a ship. I'm not going to ask for any rolls to get back on the ship at the moment.
Okay, all right. So Booger's back on the ship. We're done. Got it.
Any further actions?
No, I'm just gonna sprawl on deck and huff and puff and try to catch my breath from freaking the fuck out.
Okay. Hazel, over to you.
Hazel is freaking out because she's never seen this before. Living in deep water, she's never experienced this sea kelp thing.
Mm-hmm. So imagine it as a giant mass of writhing seaweed with a somewhat humanoid form in the middle of like it is like female in appearance, but they are pretty grotesque, made out of rotting weeds.
So completely freaked out, and I'm gonna go with what I was saying before. She goes and tries to find the mage. Is yelling for the mage.
Yep.
To come aboard, or to come up top. I'm not sure. Where is the mage at this point?
He's actually at the front of the ship at the moment.
Is it
Kaelin, the new ship mage, is currently stood at the front of the ship. Let me.
Oh, she's got enough. Okay. So she moves to the mage and requests that the mage do something with this abomination. So she says, well, what is this? You gotta do something. Don't you have magic? Just do something. Do something with this. I've never seen this thing before.
Okay, so you're going to basically spend you're going to use your action for Kaelin to do something. So, Kaelin looks towards Hazel. I mean, yes, perhaps I may have something of use. And with that, he casts a hand forward, and the air around his hand begins to show signs of it chilling before a ray of frost is shot out, hitting the Kelpie. So, this frost ray just smashes into the main form of the Kelpie, and That's not bad. Does 10 damage to it. And the centre mass of the Kelpie begins to slowly freeze as Kaelin holds there with his hand outstretched and this ray of frost just battering into the monstrosity. Do you have any bonus actions that you'd like to do?
Oh. Bonus actions. Let's see.
Solution point of order. Shouldn't you delete the woman on the box? Because she is the Kelpie.
Good point, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He's a water mage, Jero. He's a
Also,
sea
Greek, I was
mage.
just looking up their chat. Booger always makes them go limp.
Time to tick him.
Oh no.
5. 3. 2.
Okay. So damn it, guys. Hazel moves towards the edge of the ship using her dash.
That is your bonus action.
That is your bonus action.
Yes.
See-
I'm setting myself up for later.
Okay.
Good idea.
All right.
Okay. As that happens, as Hazel makes her way to the edge of the ship, all she sees is this writhing mass of blackened seaweed just raise out of the water and start rushing towards her. Before raising up, and the razor tip ends come towards her. The blades on the Kelpie's seaweed tentacles, I guess, easily slam into Hazel, doing 11 damage. Sort of rips, the various razor sharp tendrils just rip through her cloak, and several of them manage to find and stab directly into her. This is the first time you've taken damage, I believe, Jump.
Ouch!
So, click on your character, right click on the 11 from the damage, then click on apply damage.
Okay, so I'm right clicking, it's not showing the damage thing.
If you right click on the 11, nope, you're right, it doesn't. That's changed. In that case, then double click on your character and take 11 off your hit points off the first one.
That works also.
Off the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I'll take 11 off.
Yeah, so you're down to 20,
Oh.
12.
12.
Wait,
Mitch,
crap.
over to you.
Mitch, save me.
First of all, I want to shout to the crew, anybody with a gun, kill that thing in the water. And I'm going to move to the ballista and fire at the main body of the Kelpie with it.
Okay. Luckily for you, Frank's on point with loading the ballistas. This man knows his shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there is indeed a bolt in the ballista. So, I will let you fire. Is it just... roll me a flip a coin. On a 1, it's a normal bolt. On a 2, it's a grappling.
Okay.
Jero, if he didn't do that, that's where Booger was going.
Okay, so it's just a normal bolt.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, just go straight up for a dexterity.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Check, yeah.
Yeah, just normal dexterity check.
Team.
So as Mitch brings the ballista to bear, aiming down towards the Kelpie and lets the large bolt loose, it finds its mark, severing several of the Kelpie's tendrils. I need to check the list of damage. Bear with me.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is.
No, I can't remember either.
Some.
I know it fucks.
2d10 or something like that.
I think it might be. You're not there. We'll go for the... Oh, Sneeze has gave Mitch inspiration, so you can re-roll an attack or a skill at any point.
So
yeah.
far, Mitch, Hazel, and
Hazel.
Burger all have inspiration.
Correct, yes. Sorry about this.
Yeah.
Anders,
And,
man, you the bro.
Oh.
Frank also has inspiration.
I'm Frank. 3d10.
3d10.
3d10. So roll me 3d10, sir. 18. So
18.
the ballista bolt just powers straight through and just severs several tendrils of the Kelpie. But it doesn't seem to be overly effective. Granted, several strips of seaweed and tendrils are torn away, but due to the... In fact, roll me a quick insight check, Mitch.
Inside. Can I use my inspiration to roll at with advantage?
If you want to.
Yeah, sure, why not?
17. Okay, you immediately tell as the bolt rips through the Kelpie that piercing damage isn't something that is really too effective against it.
Fuck.
Have I got any twist of fate left, Fearless? That's the question. That's the one.
I tell everybody to back up away from the edge of the ship.
So, in fact, what I'll expand on that a little bit. You have a little bit of a brainwave that piercing works well at cutting little bits off. What would be better for cutting down weeds? Let me put it that way.
Slashing.
But that would mean we have to go in water. That's why I want everybody to back away and have it board, and then we'll counterattack. That's my thinking.
Do you know what? I'm gonna allow that once. Then I'm gonna let Fearless give me inspiration. We'll see.
God damn it.
We'll see. Yeah. I might change that to inspire a member, but only limit it to one for the DM. We'll see.
Remember when we used to like Fearless?
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be a bro.
Okay, so 18 damage. 17 damage normally. There we go, that's fine. Okay, no, it is 18. Any further actions?
No, I'll reload the ballista.
Okay.
And I think that's about it.
So your bonus action is to reload, yeah?
Yeah.
Can I just say, good shout. Frank, over to you.
Frank's not getting in the water for nothing. So all I'm going to do is just move front and center to add some protection to the boys.
To the boys, okay. You're going to hold any actions?
I am going to hold an attack in my pocket just in case Saint tries to get on the ship.
Okay.
I can give it a tickle.
So, with that, the Kelpie itself begins to swim, move. It makes it a sort of unsettling, floating, crawling across the ocean motion with the various tendrils, and it begins to encompass the side of the harlot's virtue, and it begins to sort of claw its way up the side of the ship, with this rather weird female form made out of seaweed just casting its glance across the crew. Any reactions?
I'm gonna hit it with my sword as its head comes over to the edge of the ship.
Booger, do I get a reaction, or is this just
No,
Frank?
it's just Frank because he held his action back. $21. Nice. That is a definite hit. So as the sword comes down, it begins to cut through the various strands of seaweed and tendrils from the kelpie. I'll let you do it. I'll let
I
you do
can't
that
do it,
one.
can I? No. One, I can't. I'll save it for next time.
Regardless, the sword seems to be incredibly effective at cutting through the kelpie, and a strange, horrific howl echoes from the creature as several strands fall into the ocean. In response, the kelpie rears up, draws back momentarily, and then lets forth a stream of corrosive, foul-smelling ichor over the three. So I need Booger, Mitch, and Frank to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
17.
Fucking
Jesus.
No.
Critical save, bitch!
I'm going
That's-
to use my inspiration here.
To get to fuck.
So, as this wave of corrosive acid washes over the three, let me just quickly. So, first one would be Mitch. It only does 4 points of damage to you. So various globules of acid. You manage to duck out of the main body of it, but you are still hit with several sprays. Booger just completely manages to duck behind Frank as Frank raises his shield and takes the brunt of this spray. It does 13 points of damage to Frank.
Ah, damn.
Minus any, your normal reduction for your armor and stuff.
Yeah, it's only piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning.
Oh, is it? Oh, not acid. Okay.
Yeah, range is-
And with it seeing Booger duck behind Frank, seeing this, the kelpie flies into a rage, and various
Hold on!
various tendrils sort of loop around to try and stab behind Frank towards Booger. It's still at disadvantage because of
Frank shield.
Frank being a boss. 10's not enough. So as these razor sharp vines come down and smash into the deck, Frank manages to block some of the ones that would have hit Booger. We could probably zoom in a little bit now on this, on the old combat. I think everyone's there. There we go. Okay. As this is happening, the various vines and strands of seaweed that are attached below the water to the kelpie begin to also swish forward as it's, almost like bringing its feet up, and they also begin to rise up the side of the ship, almost like trying to hug the harlot's virtue with these various vines. And this one also strikes out towards Booger in a fit of rage. Disadvantage. Once again, the vines just begin to stab sporadically around the deck, trying to find some form of life, but doesn't actually hit anything. Booger, over to you.
Well, Booger, hiding behind Frank's shield, looks over and sees that Hazel got hit and is fucking bleeding and injured, and runs out from behind Frank to grab her and pull her toward Frank behind his big thick shield.
Okay. So you're moving away, yeah?
I'm moving away. I'm moving
Okay.
up to Hazel.
With Booger's back turned, the Kelpie tries to reach out. The Kelpie itself just slashing away with her razor weed. It's a disadvantage. 13.
Which is
You are
equal to my AC.
Okay, so it's just out of reach as it swipes down on Booger, whereas the other vines that are attached to the Kelpie try to lash up and wrap around his feet to immobilize him.
Okay.
Roll me a strength saving throw. Sorry, it'd be athletics or acrobatics, sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration here.
Okay.
With advantage, I fucking crit failed?
That's twice.
Snake eyes.
So not only does the Kelpie wrap its tendrils around Booger's feet, it actually slams him into the deck of the ship and drags him and throws it behind him into the water.
Where do you want me to go? Just okay. Do I get a bonus action?
Yes. You also have 3 points of damage done to you from slamming into the deck.
All right, hold on. Let me add that damage. Okay. As a bonus action, Booger is pissed and is gonna fly into a fucking rage. And that's my turn. I'm in the fucking water. I'm fucking swimming, bitches. I'm wet.
Hazel, over to you.
So,
Sour's pussy.
okay. So, Hazel sees this, grabs her bow, and decides to shoot at the tendrils or sea kelp or whatever the hell you call it that is wrapped around Diesel to try to free him.
Booger.
Booger. I'm sorry, Booger. I apologize.
So what it's grabbed him by the legs, slammed him into the deck, and then just threw it behind him. So he's not actually grappled. He's not.
Oh, he's not grappled.
He's not grappled.
Okay.
He's just been thrown off the ship into the water. I mean, you can still shoot it, but just to sort of give you an idea on what's happened is it threw him off the side of the ship.
Is there question, is there something near him?
At the moment, not as far as you can see. Just you've got the various vines crawling up the side of the ship, and the actual creature is in front of Frank.
Okay, so I see the thing on that side. I want to move away is probably
Okay.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I want to move back 20 feet
Mhm.
to here. And then I want to take my bow out, and this looks like the main thing right here. So
Yeah.
I want to take my bow and I want to shoot at it.
Okay.
And
So
I'm gonna
target the creature.
target it, and I will, let's see here, inventory. I want to use my short bow and attack.
Yeah,
Can I
Daryl,
use?
I've got 50 HP, so
Can
the
I
damage
use
that I'm
my what is that? The inspiration? Did Blackburn give me inspiration?
did.
yeah,
Indeed.
Blackburn gave you inspiration. Yep.
What? Okay, so how do I use that?
So basically, you just tell me that you're going to be using your inspiration, and that will give you
Mhm.
advantage on your roll. Now,
Okay.
because you're still new, your sneak attack. If you click on your sneak attack,
Okay.
right, if you have advantage, you can deal an extra 2d6 damage
On top of the damage you're already
on top
gonna
of the
do.
damage you do. Yeah. So
I
basically,
have
target the Kelpie, roll to attack it with advantage.
On the sneak attack, right?
Just on your normal short bow.
Okay.
So click on attack first.
And then do advantage.
Yep. 14. As the arrow comes in, it sort of passes through the Kelpie with its various openings. So like the seaweed itself parts, and the arrow just passes straight through it, causing no damage. Not high enough.
Okay.
Any further actions?
Well, a bow's not gonna do anything. Okay.
It might do, but it's just that may not have been high enough.
Let's see. I don't want to move closer. I think Hazel moves.
Pretty much enders.
Let's see here. She still has.
You still got 5 foot of movement.
Yeah, let's move right here.
Okay. So, with that, the Kelpie's tendrils on its right continue crawling up the side of the ship and lash out towards Glade. Oh, the tendrils pierce directly through Glade in a critical manner. And Glade is immediately pierced not only through the chest, through the throat, through the head, and she's just pinned to the deck. Dead.
Dead?
Dead.
Oh, Glade.
Damn, I like
Mitch.
Glade.
Over to you.
Well, seeing one of the only other competent people on the ship die, he's fucking livid. He's gonna move up next to Frank,
Flies into a rage.
and he's gonna fly into a rage. No, he's gonna attack the main body with
Okay.
everything he's got. With his battle axe. 19.
The axe finds its mark, cutting directly into the center mass of the Kelpie.
8 damage.
8. Okay. Now you find it's relatively easy to cut through the Kelpie itself, and a lot more is cut away as you sort of power through it. And the axe does seem to be very useful.
Upon noticing that, I swing again with my second attack.
Which also cuts deeply into the Kelpie.
For 13 damage.
Oof. There we go. Several bits of seaweed are just hacked from this creature and fall into the ocean below, and it lets out another sort of harrowing scream.
And I'm going to spend a key point. What? To make a flurry of blows.
Okay.
18.
18 is also enough. 6. Okay.
And is either knocked prone or knocked back.
Okay. The creature can't really be knocked prone due to it just being this swirling mass of weed, but you can knock it back if you so wish.
No, I don't want to. I just want to do the damage.
Okay.
I tried to knock it down, but it doesn't go down because it's fucking huge under the water. So.
Yeah, it's imagine it just like a sprawling mass of vines, just with a somewhat humanoid shape in the middle.
Hmm.
Okay, Frank.
You know what's coming.
Bring out the longsword. Ooh, the Kelpie just dips back ever so slightly, having already been butchered by Mitch's axe. It seems wary of bladed weapons.
It's alright.
You're gonna go again?
And with the backswing, I'm gonna go again.
Oh fucking hell!
It's one of those days, huh?
It's yeah. Once again, it seems to just dip back, lean away from the incoming sweep. Any bonus actions?
No, not right now. Thank you.
No. Okay. Let me just check. No. Okay. The Kelpie itself, almost in a mocking fashion, lashes out towards Frank to show what it can do. But this time, it doesn't seem to use the bladed part of its tendrils. It almost tries to wrap around him. Roll me a strength saving throw, Frank. As the tendrils wrap around Frank, he easily manages to push it or cut them away. I'll give you a free attack of opportunity with that one, due to it being fucking high.
There we go.
There we go. It certainly cuts through. So as these tendrils begin to try and wrap around Frank's shield to pull it away from him, what do you do?
I'll roll for damage first.
Yeah. So, the sword comes down and just severs the tendrils that are wrapped around Frank's shield, and they just fall limp and then drop onto the deck of the ship. And the Kelpie lets out a loud wail in response before... what's that one? No. It will attempt to... In fact, I'm going to roll because there's two things it's going to do. So let me roll 1d20. No, not 1d20. Sorry, 1d2. So it's completely random. Okay, so the Kelpie, having taken a lot of damage and various strands beginning to fall off its body, it sees the threat of Frank and Mitch, and its main body throws itself away from the side of the boat, back into the water. So you will get attacks of opportunity against this.
Good.
And as it's dropping away from the ship, it sort of turns around, sees Booger in the water, and goes towards him. Oh, Frank, you shouldn't just be on the. You should just defend.
Protection paladin, mate.
Yeah, mate. 21's a hit. 7, okay. So. Ooh. How much HP has he got left? 21's also a hit.
Keeping the trend going.
Fucking hell. Okay. Oh. So, you manage to carve out a massive amount of the weeds from the back of this Kelpie as it turns itself away and dives deep into the water. The strands near Mitch lash out towards him. Yeah. Disadvantage. But again, these, they seem to have lost a lot of their vigor from earlier and lazily just slash out towards him and miss. Booger, over to you.
Well, obviously, Booger, seeing this thing come toward him, is just gonna lash out at it. He's pissed. He's, all the female non-humans that have fucked him in the past. He's gonna recklessly attack this motherfucker. So I get an attack on advantage. So I'm gonna attack this motherfucker with my axe.
I mean, 27 will definitely do it, buddy.
That's probably a hit. That's probably a hit.
That's definitely
It's
hit.
one off a crit.
What happens to the creature for fucking 28 points of damage?
I just shear it straight and it just falls apart right in front of me.
So as you carve through it, the other tendrils that are attached to the bottom of the Kelpie just begin to, they go limp, flop onto the side of the ship, and as the Kelpie itself begins to sink into the water, the various tendrils just slip down the ship into the water.
Victorious. And then Booger, still fucking pissed off, still raging a little bit, is gonna swim out and drag old boy back to the ship.
Okay. I'll allow it.
So 25 points of movement to get there.
Yeah, at this point,
yeah,
combat's over. You're more than
Combat's
able
over.
now to
Alright, so
drag
I'm
the
gonna pick him
body.
up, drag it back to the ship. Yeah.
While he's doing that, I'll rush over to Glade's limp body and just check her. Like checking for a pulse, for anything.
Roll me a medicine check.
Come on, Mitch. Shane, fuck you.
As the man touches the water. I like it. Glade. So, from what looked like an immediate death blow to Glade, wasn't, and she is holding on with the slightest glimmer of light left in her eyes. Mitch, roll me one more medicine check. So let me show you what that was. So, medicine, constitution, medicine, constitution. You managed to, in the nick of time, just put pressure on the wound to her chest. It's still a death blow if aid isn't
I
soon.
like sort of tears in his eyes, panicking, looks towards Frank, and he's like, "Come on, help me, please. You gotta help her."
Gonna come over and use lay hands on her.
Okay, how many points?
10, Steve, Frank.
10. The wound begins to slowly close up. And while pale and incapacitated, she manages to avoid death by a fucking narrowest margin.
Mitch lets out a huge sigh, slaps Frank on the shoulder. By all of the fucking gods. Thank you.
We couldn't let her die.
Part of the crew, mate. Part of the ship. Part of the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew. And with that, various members of the crew begin to rush around and transport Glade below deck. So apart from, I mean, this is a sort of out of character comment, but you might want to look for a surgeon at some point.
No shit.
So, with that, I'll give you all a moment to recover from the aftermath of that creature. While I grab a drink, I will be right back.
Do we get a short rest in, or?
Yeah, I'll give you a short rest. I'll give you a short rest for that one. I'll be right back. Won't be a second, chap.
Short rest for doing me fine.
All right, I'll be right back.
Nice. When you do that jump, you see where it says select dice to roll. When you click on short rest, and then you click roll to say how many points of HP you regen.
Yeah. I've returned.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh. That was pretty rough, boys and girls.
Yeah, Glade, the one competent crewmate we had, nearly died.
Yeah. Gildor, get fucked. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Takes one to know one, Gildor. Ha.
Yeah. To be honest, Jero, that was part of the reason it was pulling away, but obviously Booger just fucking carved the thing down before it got a chance to. So. In the aftermath of that battle, Marque begins to take stock of the crew, making sure everyone's all right.
Everyone, how did it go?
He sort of rubbed sleep from his eyes as he was in his cabin at the time.
So I heard that we had a bit of an issue. The Kelpie.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Can I just ask what the hell was that?
And from what I have heard,
Kelpie.
you are skilled indeed.
Oh, okay.
Sea creature, they're nasty little bastards. They try to ambush crews and shit, and well, as you see, they try and eat people. Almost as bad as fucking sirens for fucking ambushing crews.
I can see that.
Well, at least it's been dealt with, and apart from Glade and Hazel, are you all right? It looked like you took a little bit of a wee bit of a slash there.
Nothing I can't brush off. As long as
Hashtag
McCullen
get
doesn't
fucked.
feed
Thank
me
you for that
that
resub,
bird
buddy.
shit,
I
I'll be
appreciate it.
fine.
Good. Well, it seems everyone's here.
And Marque begins to look around. McCullen, by this point, seems to have woken up, come round a little bit since his earlier face pummeling.
Hissy fit.
Yeah, his earlier hissy fit. So I'm just trying to quickly find 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. There we go. Let's move it. Bear with me. There we go. McCullen waddles in with his blackened eye and his slightly unhinged jaw, and like, it's has anyone seen Blackwell? He says this through, muffled, swollen jaw.
No, why? I haven't seen him since last night.
Well, we said that he was going to go below deck, but I've not seen him since, and that was a few hours ago.
Why below deck? Something wrong?
Who was the person who was speaking? I think it was Frank, weren't it?
Frank.
It was me. He woke up with stomach cramps and went to relieve himself.
Huh. He did drink that shitty bottle that I told him he probably shouldn't. He still got the shits.
I'm back.
Welcome back, mate. As this conversation is going on, Blackwell stumbles up from below deck, and he looks incredibly pale, and he casts a glance over the crew. Bear with me, I have to let this cat in before he shreds the carpet. Come here, you beast. Oh. Ugh. What's up? Hello to the camera and then bugger off. Ugh. Whew. Is there a place to read character backstories at all? No. I think there should be. And the rest of the party now are like, oh, for fuck's sake, solution. But it's not a bad idea, actually. Well,
Mitch's backstory is Angry Off. Go fuck yourself.
there are a few backstories that are out there, so we'll work on that, Fearless. Anyway, sorry, I just had to make sure Phoenix didn't destroy my carpet, because when he wants to get in, he makes it well known. Anyway, Blackwell staggers up deck, deathly pale, and he's like, "Fucking hell, I feel absolutely shit. I don't know
Told you
what's
not to
up
drink
with
that
me."
fucking bottle.
He doesn't look so well.
He just begins to cough before hitching over and spewing all over the lower deck. And it's not just normal, it's bits of blood and various things just come out with it, and he just begins to cough and splutter.
Well, fuck.
Oh, boys, I don't feel too good.
Medic!
We don't have a fucking medic.
I'm just gonna.
Well, then he's in deep shit.
I'm just gonna go and lay down on my hammock. I'll be fine. Just give me a few days. I'll be fine. And with that, he just begins to stagger over to his hammock and just drops into it.
Who else we got in the crew? I assigned somebody to look after him. I don't know their names. Osric.
Osric, okay.
And I'm going to task Osric to look after Glade and Blackwell.
Yep.
Since they're both like
Incapacitated. Okay.
Yeah.
And Hazel looks around to find McCullen to clean the mess up.
Oh my god, you savage person. That's great. McCullen's there with a broken nose, a dislocated jaw, black eyes, and he just looks. He looks at Hazel. You want me to what now?
I want you to clean this mess up.
Roll me a intimidation check. McCullen doesn't seem very intimidated by this, and he sort of stares down towards Hazel with a defiant glare. No.
On seeing this go down, Frank makes eye contact with Mitch and makes the almost imperceivable nod. Frank moves to Hazel's left shoulder and just
Mitch on
stands
her right.
there with his arms crossed, glaring at McCullen.
One of you make a intimidation check with advantage.
Alrighty. That'll do.
That'll do. McCullen looks to Frank, and his face pales. Oh, all right, I'll do it immediately. I'll go and get me bucket. And he squirrels away, and then comes back a few moments later with a bucket and a mop, and rather meekly begins to clean the mess from the deck. All the while keeping his head down, with Frank stood there with arms folded. A few moments pass. Is it clean enough, Frank? Will that do?
Yeah, get yourself away.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be back in a moment. And with that, he scuttles away to the back of the ship. Poor fucker.
I think Frank just looked into his soul.
Oh, dear me. So, as the sun sets and finally night falls, things don't seem to be going well for Blackwell. He's tossing and turning, and Osric makes an announcement to the rest of the crew. I don't think that he's going to be lasting very long here. He seems to be going downhill very quickly.
How long do you think he's got left?
It's hard to tell. Hours, perhaps a day at most.
Where's the closest port? More than a day away?
You'd be better off asking the captain about that.
Okay.
So Osric's one of the more sort of the below deck crew. He's the only time he's been that you can remember that he's been out on active duty was defending the the warehouse raid. Him, Glade, and McCullen and Grayson were the ones on that warehouse raid. So he's pretty skilled, but he is more of a of a raider, a boarder, just as a general shipsman than anything else. Barker heads down into the lower part of the ship and looks around. And nods to Osric.
I heard you say something about port. Is that right?
Yes. There you go.
I was just going to. I think we need to find a healer of some kind because people don't want to lose him.
I mean, to be honest with you, boys and girls, I don't think that we're in a pretty shit situation, if I can say so. Nearest port to be 3 days away at most. Do you think you can last that long?
Nah, it doesn't look that way. It's getting worse by the minute. Be lucky to survive the night by the looks of it.
I mean, we got a fucking mage. Can he, like, wave his hands over him or some shit?
Everybody looks at the mage. I don't know, can he?
Kalen, the newly acquired mage, turns around and just, look, I can create water, and look, I'm an evoker. I can cast magic for ice and water, but healing's really not my forte. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch.
So Hazel looks at the mage and says, well, can you get us to the port faster?
You smart motherfucker.
Yeah, but with 3 days away, you kind of trim off like 2.5 days.
Kalen turns around. I said, well, I can, of course, cast wind into the sails so that we'll never be out of the wind, but even then, I mean, I don't know, maybe a day I could shave off, at most.
I mean, if we don't do something, he gonna die. You know, and if he dies anyway, that's the way shit goes, unfortunately.
Make for the nearest port and hope for the best.
Has anyone actually checked over the man to see what the hell be wrong with him?
The fuck do I look like? A surgeon?
I mean, at the minute, all we know is that he's got the shits, perhaps.
He drank that thing from the bottle.
That thing from...
right?
What thing from what bottle?
Remember the other day when we came across a bunch of flotsam and people were dragging out bottles from the water? He drank one, right? What was in the bottle?
I mean...
Do we still have the bottle?
We've certainly got a few of the bottles left stored below deck, aye.
Maybe if we check the bottles, maybe we can find out what caused it, eh?
Alright, well, go on then. You can be my guest. Go and, I think, fuck knows, Colin.
And the Cullen skirts up. Yes, Captain, what can I do for you?
Go and grab those bottles from below deck, the ones that we liberated from the water the other day.
Yeah, of course, Captain. Give me a minute. And with that, McCullen scuttles away below deck, and 5-10 minutes later, he returns with 3 bottles in hand and puts them on the table in the middle of the galley.
They all empty, yeah?
No, these ones are full.
So these are the same ones, same as what he drank, yeah?
Aye, these be the ones that, well, they're the same bottles that we got from the flotsam the other day.
Somebody grab me a bucket. I want to empty the contents of one into a bucket so I can get a better look. I uncork one, give it a sniff. Eyeball it a little bit.
Roll me an investigation check. 13. So,
13.
it smells like ale. It looks like ale. The only thing is that you notice when you hold the bottle up to the light, there seems to be something small and round in the bottom of all 3 of the bottles.
What is that? Anybody? Anybody know what that is?
Fuck, I don't know.
It's tiny.
Hazel, you're from the city. Roll me an insight check or a history check. Whichever one you're better at. 11. Let me check your character sheet quick.
That is one of my check marks.
Go on, I'll let you have that. As Mitch pours the contents of the bottles into a bucket,
I want to empty whatever is in my hand. Like, to see what it is.
into your hand, okay?
Yeah.
Bear with me. I'm going to DM jump something. Okay. So, as you pour the bottle out, and you take this small circular, small like spherical thing into your hand. It seems to be like a very see-through, almost yellow in colour. Hazel gets close to it and has a look.
So Hazel peers over into his hand, says, "Ooh, guys, I don't know about this. I mean, this thing, my cousin had this and he did not fare well with this. I don't know what it's called, but I'm telling you, it is no good. I don't know what we got to do, but this is no good. We need somebody."
Well, that was fucking informative. Shit. So, we're guessing he ingested whatever this is, yeah?
There we go. Sorry, is that to do something very quickly?
Well, so it's like an ooze or something like that. I don't know. It just kind of oozes.
An ooze.
But it's not good. It is totally not good.
Well, I can fucking see that.
As you look at this small thing, it does seem to very slowly move across Mitch's hand. But again, due to the size of it, it's probably like the size of a small marble at the minute. So you would have to sit there staring at it.
I mean, my eyes haven't left it since it dropped my hand. So do I?
Yeah,
do
so
I notice it?
Yeah, you would. If you're sat there staring at it, you would easily notice it moving across your hand.
I immediately drop it into the bucket, like get it off my hand. I'm like, whoa. The fuck?
It's in his body right now.
How the fuck
do I
should
watch
we get it
F1?
out?
I don't. I haven't, or at least I haven't done in many years. No.
I suggest we move him away from Glade, because if something untoward was to happen.
Frank, you son of a bitch.
I second that. Let's quarantine him in the brig for now. And, yeah.
Well, what do we do with the ooze in your hand right now?
Nothing, it's in the fucking bucket. Chuck those bottles overboard, empty the contents of the bucket, get that fucking bucket cleaned.
We need McCullen.
God.
I can't.
McCullen's
we
stood
don't
in
trust
the
McCullen
corner.
with this. One of us throws it overboard.
Yeah. Okay.
I got it, god damn it.
So the bucket with these 3 small spherical gelatinous objects are thrown overboard, never to be seen again. And Blackwell is now, by this point, incredibly pale, sweating. His eyes have sunken and darkened, and the crew transport him below deck into the brig. So I'm just gonna have to move you all again. So I set things up, and then you do stuff.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Don't apologise, man. It's fucking brilliant. I love it.
As we're moving him, I'll start giving him his last rites in Dwarvish so nobody notices. Apart from maybe McCullen.
McCullen just keeps his mouth well and truly shut. He's learned well by this stage. As dawn turns to noon, turns to eve, turns to dusk, and then finally back to into night, Blackwell's conditions deteriorated to the point where he can no longer hold on to life, and he opens his eyes briefly and nods to the crew before passing away. No sooner does this happen. Oops, didn't need to do that. His body begins to convulse. What do you do?
I pull the axe off my back because dead people should stay fucking dead.
Any further actions? Or
Nah, I hold action. Like, if he starts moving, like, we all saw his last breath being gasped. If he starts moving, like, we all know something shady's been happening, so I'm ready to attack if he starts fucking jumping around, flailing around.
Frank's gonna move into a more central position just in case.
For no particular reason.
blood begins to seep down the sides of his mouth, and his lower abdomen begins to jerk.
Wait a minute.
Go on.
Mitch? He's dead, right?
No, he's definitely fucking dead. I'm guessing whatever he ate is trying to get fucking out.
See, most people would have thrown him
Marque just
overboard,
walks up
but
and
you know
fucking
these
gets ready
guys
to plant
don't.
his
So
axe
it's
in
great.
his gut.
Okay. I mean, by all means, tell me what you're gonna do.
Booger's just gonna preemptively fucking swing at it.
Okay, go for it. So as this body of Blackwell's laid, you're just gonna bring your axe down on his stomach.
Nope. Fuck all this shit.
Yeah, Bugger's an atheist. He doesn't care about
Yeah.
shit like that.
Well, it certainly carves through him. Let's put it that way. 17. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you'd be so kind, roll me initiative. Fucking hell. Oh dear. I love how most people are like, yeah, throw him overboard. Throw him overboard. But you're like, no, we'll put him in the bottom of the ship.
I mean, he wasn't dead yet. Jesus.
There was still a chance he could survive. We're not complete
yeah.
monsters.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
So as the As Booger's great axe just carves straight into Blackwell's abdomen, Booger finds that he can't pull his axe out. It seems stuck.
Story of Booger's life, you can't pull out.
It can't pull out, yeah. Yeah, I'm not on the hard stuff tonight. It's I say I didn't have enough to buy any decent alcohol. What can I say? The team will remember that. Pretty much enders. Okay, so as you begin to sort of rag on your axe, yeah, you do eventually manage to break it free, and this gore-covered yellow gelatinous ooze seems to be stuck on the end of your great axe.
What the fuck is this?
With that, the body of Blackwell begins to jerk, and another ooze emerges, almost as if it was cut in half.
No, fuck you.
I mean,
You motherfucker.
Yeah. There you go. Booger, over to you, sir.
Oh, I have an action, huh?
It's actual combat now.
Okay. Is there any fire near me, like a torch or anything like that? I know I've got torches in my pack, but I don't know how that works.
I mean, it would take an action to light one, but no, below deck at the moment there are no lanterns lit. Creepy, you'll never get a fully sober stream. You know it doesn't work like that. How you doing, by the way, buddy? It's been a while.
Booger, just fucking disgusted, just starts swinging his axe at the gelatinous ooze.
Okay.
That seems to be fucking coming out of Blackwell.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, whatever could possibly go wrong with this?
22 is a hit.
Can't target the fucking oozes for some reason.
No.
No. Let me attack the one that's like west of Blackwell.
Okay. In fact, let me change that because he is now well and truly
Yeah.
Dead
red.
as fuck.
Dead as
Hamburger.
fuck. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I got it.
In fact, we can go one better than that. Uh, 10 damage, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I'm looking for. No, it would be that one. Bloodbath. That's a bit too much. There we go. Okay. So 10 damage to this, to the one next to between you and Frank, yeah?
No. It's the one.
The one in front of you.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. As the axe cuts through the ooze, it seems to send a portion of the thing spraying into the wall, but you do manage to cut the thing in half. As to which, half. So that would be that and that. There we go. Yeah, okay. So you basically cut the thing in two, sending parts of it spraying across the back of the ship, but it is in now two portions. Any further actions?
I'm just gonna yell at everybody in the vicinity. Find something else, god damn it!
Hazel, over to you.
Do I have any fire ability?
You've got torches in your backpack.
Yeah.
You've got
Okay.
candles. You've got oil flasks. So if you double click your character and go to inventory, or you can just hover over your inventory button.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're probably best to double click your character and then click an inventory and have a look through. So yeah, you've got a few fire things: tinderbox, oil, rope, lanterns.
So let's see here. So the ooze that is in front of Hazel,
Mm-hmm.
she is going to so if I throw oil and then do the candle, is that 2 actions or how does that work?
Action and a bonus action. I guess?
Yeah, I would let you do it as an action and a bonus action to pull it out, light it, and throw it.
Okay, so let's do that.
So what is it again? You're doing your
So Hazel is going
Yep.
to pull out the oil and is going to throw it on the ooze in front of her.
okay.
And so she's going to do that first.
Yep.
Goodbye, Harlot's virtue.
So as you throw the oil flask, it basically just splatters, all over the back of the ship, coating the users, both the one in front of you and the one just slightly behind it as well.
Okay. So then the bonus move is going to be to throw the candle.
Okay. Well, best thing to do is use your tinderbox, because that's
Yeah,
basically
'cause the candle's not lit.
Because also, as
Oh.
far as I'm, do you mind if I be a bitch?
Go
You are a
ahead.
bitch.
You be a bitch.
Let Blackburn know what a tinderbox is.
God!
I don't think he's
Damn.
watching right now.
Good.
but Man, I will let him know.
Thank you.
Shots fired.
So I'm gonna throw my my tinderbox at it.
Yeah.
And that sounds a little dirty, but yeah, let's do it.
Throw your tinderbox at it. Goddamn oil.
So basically, in a nutshell, you're wanting to throw the oil at it and light the damn things on fire.
Yes.
Perfect. I
On
love it.
a wooden ship.
So as this happens,
Mitch,
Yeah.
you have not trained me all that well. I don't have 100% of your training yet.
I might even be able to do so. The oil bursts into flames. Roll me 1d12. So /R 1d12. I need you to do it twice. Please jump. This is gonna be fucking brilliant. I love it.
Oh wait, hold on, I gotta get a space. You guys are gonna regret adding me to your group.
Okay, so bear with me. Let me. Should hopefully have somewhere on here. Oh no, that's. I'll sort it later. So, the first ooze. Slowly, you see it starting to evaporate under the fire. It doesn't seem to kill it immediately, but it doesn't seem to split either. And you just at the minute got the back of the ship that's currently on fire with these oozes now, these flaming, moving oozes. Frank,
With my
unless you wanna-
bonus action,
Yeah, go on.
I'm going to shout for the deck mage to come downstairs.
Okay.
Because he can create water.
Because he can conjure water and put the fire out.
So you as you shout up, you hear multiple shouts then echo across the ship. Because bear in mind, fucking forgot his bloody name now.
Because it's
Kalen
funny.
is at the front of the ship, or he's on top deck helping to to propel the ship. So he won't be able to come down immediately, but he is now aware that there's a fire below deck.
And with my actual turn, I'm going to try something a little bit mad.
I'm just going to interrupt here. Just say, Enders, Frank is literally like the one person you can count on to
Do the smart thing.
to not only do the smart thing, but when I'm sat here being like fucking plotting and devious and mischievous, like, oh yeah, it's going to be fucking brilliant. Frank's the one who's like, I see what you're doing. No. No. IQ fucking 200. No. Solution. Stop. But, mate, fucking brilliant. So, your actual action, carry on.
Okay, with my actual action, I'm going to forego my longsword and use my hammer. As my
Okay.
hammer will not cut an ooze in half.
Okay. Yeah. $26 is a crit. Yep, go for it.
So, we're gonna damage.
Just takes Frank a while to get fucking warmed up, eh?
And also, I'm going to Divine Smite it as well.
Okay.
Because nearly fire, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's radiant damage.
It's radiant damage. Yeah. 19. So, as the hammer smashes down on the ooze and erupts in this blinding white light, it sends parts of it splattering across the back of the ship, but you don't notice any movement from it. It seems to have just, been part of it's just blown out, and whatever particles have been, blown away, are no longer moving or alive. Okay. Any further actions?
No, I've used my bonus action already.
Okay. Mitch, over to you.
Catching what Frank's put down because he didn't use his sharp sword, and seeing that bugger just cut it clean in half, he forgoes his axe and just imbues
saying
his
nothing,
fists
chap.
with key and just fucking
Okay.
starts laying into it.
You just start punching this fucking slime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big rounds.
15's enough. It doesn't move very quick. It's not exactly armored. It's not hard to miss it. Okay, 4. Yeah, you just start pounding into this slime.
He used for second
Yep.
attack.
Yeah, it hits.
For number another 4,
Yeah, yeah.
and we'll spend a key point to flurry of blows it. 12.
12. That's not bad. So it's still
Enough
enough.
to hit.
It's still enough. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't move quick. It can't exactly dodge very well. You would have to seriously fluff it to.
For another hit.
Yeah, there we go. You just begin to pound this this mess of ooze into the deck. It starts to become liquid with just how fast you're smashing lane blows into it.
And can it be knocked back 5 feet into its burning body diagonally?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Flurry of Blows does that. Hey.
Okay. So it can't move on top of it, but I will let
Like into it, so like it catches fire
Yeah.
or whatever.
roll 1d12. Two. So, as the ooze is knocked back into the other one, it erupts into flames. But what happens is the oozes just seem to merge into one The one that split earlier, just, again, becomes whole. Granted, it's still on fire. But yeah, the two masses add to each other, minus whatever was burnt off from them collapsing into each other.
Okay.
And with that, the ooze next to Hazel begins to spread out, and several flaming tendrils reach out towards Hazel. But due to the slow speed of them and the amount of fire that's burning, you know, it just as the tendril reaches out towards her, it just burns away. But the liquid that's begins to drop, or this burning liquid, the burning ooze begins to drop onto the wood of the ship. The other ooze will attempt to reach out towards Booger, again with burning tendrils. But again, these things are so stupidly slow, it just ends up doing nothing. And due to the fact that this one's still sort of like on top of Blackwell, the burning embers, the almost napalm dropping from this ooze don't land on any wood. Booger, over to you.
So what's next to me right now? Just these two?
Yep, those two.
Booger's just gonna start stomping the shit out of everything.
Okay.
Just trying to like grind things out with his boots, you know.
Just stamping on this flaming slime.
Yep.
Love it. Yeah.
How do you want me to do that?
I just go for an unarmed attack.
All right.
Yeah, you quite happily start stamping on which one you're going for. The one in front of you that's on top of Blackwell.
Nah. The one in front of Hazel.
Okay. Roll damage. 5. Ooh. There's not much left of it now. Granted, Booger's boots now covered in flaming sludge.
Yeah,
Any further actions?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already on fire. I want to stomp on the other one with my extra attack.
Okay. It's enough. So, as your boot comes down and you start stamping on this flaming ooze that's currently on the top of the body of Blackwell, Blackwell's body starts rocking back and forth as you stamp on the poor man. Any dignity of the dead now just gone. 5 damage.
Any dignity that Diesel has, or Booger, is done because he slips in the ooze and falls on his ass.
Okay. Any further actions?
I'm gonna yell, "Where the fuck is the mage? Put this shit out!"
You hear Kaelin, "I'm on my way, hang on!" And you're hearing, footsteps above as someone's running down the top of the ship. Hazel, over to you.
So Hazel checks her inventory, seeing what everyone else is doing that works on the ooze. And she has a hammer and
Ooze is
equips
dead,
the hammer.
I think.
Do what?
Isn't everything dead, Solution?
No, it's still small bits
okay,
left.
all right,
They're,
all right.
they're still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she is gonna use her hammer on the ooze in front of her.
So, roll. Since this is an improvised weapon, roll me a strength check. No, saves. Checks, save. Fucking hell, words. Strength check. There we go. Got there eventually. 1.
And you throw the hammer against
Hey,
the
I
wall.
got luck.
Okay. Yeah. It's actually a
Okay.
2. That's not a 1.
Oh.
So
wait.
the actual dice roll is a 2. So as you
I do this every time.
as you slap the hammer down on the ooze, with it only being like a small hammer used for for repairs or for pittings and things like that on the ship, it doesn't really do a great deal. You just start smacking a few little bits of flaming ooze around the ship. Any further actions?
I guess I get a bonus action, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's see what else I got. Damn it.
You still got your dagger.
Nah, I don't want to cut it in half. Shit. I don't have much to contribute to this, so maybe I don't know. Do I have water? Let's see.
I believe you got a water flask full of water.
Yeah, I pour the water flask on it to redeem myself from setting the ship on fire.
Okay. Roll me /R 1d12. As you uncap the water flask and pour it over the last remnants of the flaming ooze, what happens is water and oil don't mix.
No.
Fuck you, Shade. By the way, fuck you.
I cut on a while ago.
Oh my god.
So what happens
Okay.
is, granted, the ooze itself is pretty much blown to smithereens. The violent reaction of water and oil just causes the last bits of ooze to just erupt out. But what you've got now is a small blast of what amounts to napalm across the back of the ship. So Hazel and Booger, can you both make me a dexterity saving throw, please? There's not so much an explosion; it's more just it splurts out. It's like when you put water in a hot pan. So, various globs of burning dead ooze, flaming dead ooze, lands on Booger. 9 points of damage to Booger. Hazel. 12, but you round half in it is 6 points of damage to Hazel.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
I believe you did earlier,
Caesar.
Sneeze.
Yeah, I did.
So that's one of the users that is, just the reaction between oil and water just rips it apart and sends various bits of flaming ooze splattering across the deck. Any further actions, Hazel?
I can't get my shit right. I'm just gonna back up, maybe.
Okay.
Can I
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
you've got your move. You've got your move.
I think the crew would appreciate this if I went like, let's go 15 feet back here.
Right, let me see if I can. Have I got any fire effects? I'm pretty certain I have somewhere. Let's go for that one. No, that's not what I want. Frank, over to you. Now, at this point, as Frank called Kaelin emerges from below deck. From above deck. And he looks at Frank, who called him. looks at Hazel, who's currently running towards the back of the ship on fire. Looks at Booger, who's also got flaming globules of ooze all over him. And then just exclaims, "Oh, fuck." What are you doing, Frank?
I'm going to shout to the mage. As he can control wind, can he remove the oxygen from that area of the ship?
He shakes his head, but in retort, what he does state is... So I can't do that, but I can try and freeze them immediately rather than throwing water on them.
Do it.
Okay. And with that, he extends a hand and casts Ray of Frost, which immediately, when it hits the ooze in front of it, just double check. Ray of Frost. Unless you get the Ray of Frost easily hits the ooze, and with the force that the ray hits the ooze, it blows the flames backwards slightly before the ray itself envelops around the ooze and puts out the fire, and does indeed. It doesn't seem to kill it. It can't move. It's frozen.
Well then.
Any further actions, Frank?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna move forward.
Yep.
It's not gonna bring out my special hammer.
Yeah.
My yeeting hammer.
You hit it. And as in fact, explain what happens to this frozen ooze. There we go, we'll do that.
As Frank brings the hammer down on the frozen form of the ooze, it shatters into a million pieces.
Bits of frozen ooze just scatter across the deck, and it's certainly no more. Just bear in mind, the back of the ship's now has just got, bits of flaming ooze, bits of wet, dead ooze, frozen ooze, just all over the back of the ship. And that would be the end of combat.
Save the ship.
Kaelin looks around at the small burning globules and is like, "I don't think this will set fire to the ship, but just in case, I better start doing something about all this, I guess. Has anyone got any sand or a jar of dirt or anything that we can just throw on top of them?"
No. Mitch takes off his jacket and just starts smothering flames with his jacket.
And that indeed seems to work, apart from smearing ooze juice all over the back of the ship.
Booger's just down here on fire.
Most people would take their top off.
Idiot.
So, anything further that you boys and girls want to do? So,
Stop, drop, and roll. I throw my jacket over his head. Pat yourself out, you fucking daft bastard.
Thank you, Mitch!
Okay, so what did we learn?
Don't set shit on fire!
So Hazel looks at the group and says, "That's my bad, guys."
Yeah.
I'll do better next time.
It was a learning experience, yeah?
All you've taught me is knots. I just had oil and I threw it on it. You did not teach me this.
I mean, I
But-
thought it would be common sense not to light something that was wood on fire.
I'm
Can
little.
somebody throw Blackwell overboard?
Is that again? Maybe you're breaking up a bit.
Can somebody throw Blackwell overboard?
Can we have a proper fucking funeral first? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, in the sea.
Well, yeah, but this is proper rites to go through. You can't just throw a fucking corpse overboard.
Well, you fucking handle that. I'm gonna go fucking clean these wounds up.
Fair enough.
We'll bring that back in.
Hazel apologizes to Bitch and says, "I'll do better. I promise you, I'll do better."
Hold on, did you just call him bitch?
Yes.
No, bitch! I did not call him bitch. I said bitch. Damn it!
No, you totally said bitch.
I said Mitch.
No, okay.
Ah, dear.
Mitch, that was not bitch. That was Mitch.
With Kaelin helping to put the last few small pools of oil out, members of the crew come down and assist in mopping up the last bits of smeared ooze across the back of the ship. You know, it's gathered into buckets and then thrown overboard. You know, Barker comes down and looks at the aftermath and turns to Hazel.
So, lass,
Yes.
you know, in future, remind me never to let ye in the kitchen or to put ye under Arvid. You know, oil and water, they do not mix.
Well, I mean, you're probably right on that. My skill set, yeah,
Yeah,
I learned my lesson.
You nearly burnt me ship to cinders, you know that, don't you?
I've got this trigger finger. I don't think before I act, and I'm working on it.
All right, well, this is what we're gonna do as punishment for trying to burn me ship back into the ocean. For the next week,
Oh, no, nothing with McCullen.
for the next week, you'll be joining McCullen in swabbing the deck, and I want the damn thing spotless.
He's so gross.
Fucked.
McCullen stood at the top of the stairs, looking down, arms folded, with a massive shit-eating grin on his face. I look forward to working with you, Hazel.
Hate you.
Well, McCullen's about to be a nut short.
Hazel walks up to McCullen and says, "Listen, I'll do my punishment, but you make one wrong step, you'll be one nut short."
Roll me a quick intimidation check.
Then I get a quick
Your crit test, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
A twist of fate when you need one.
15. He's taken aback by this. He's taken aback by this slightly, and he just mumbles something under his breath before turning around and stomping away. Ah, a fitting end indeed, Blackburn. All things come around eventually. What goes around comes around. So, at the end of the day, in the early morning, as the sun begins to rise over the horizon, the sails are filled. All members of the Harlot's Virtue stand on deck. Even now, Glade, even though pale and somewhat weak, with the help of Osric, is stood on deck as Blackwell is laid out on a small piece of wood. Marque turns to the crew.
Any last words before we commit this man to the ocean?
Mitch steps forward. I'd like to see a little prayer, if that's all right.
Aye, the deck be yours, lad.
May the gods of the ocean and fortune see this man's soul to the afterlife, and may the deep keep his body ever restless.
It's in tribute. Any further wish to say?
Yeah, Captain, I'd also like to say something.
Aye, step up, Booger. Say your piece.
Now, Blackwell was a valued member of this crew. However, I think there is a lesson to be learned here. Don't drink random bottles of shit that come out of the ocean. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Marque. You may have a point there. So that goes for the rest of you all. Don't be fishy just for a quick drink. Don't start chugging whatever you pick up out of the ocean. You don't know what you'll find in the damn thing. Alright, if that be all.
Marque takes one last glance around the crew to see if anyone steps forward.
Very well. I commit thee, Blackwell, to the ocean, in the hopes that Amber Lee comes not for ye soul, and that you'll rest until called upon again by the ocean breeze. Mitch,
Aye.
send the
Lifts
man
up
to
the
his
ball,
fate.
and the body slides off it into the ocean. It quickly disappears under the waves.
What's left of the body?
What's left of the body? Yeah.
I mean, it is put in a bag or wrapped in a cloth up and sewn up, so sort of
Yeah.
the rest of
It's,
the body.
it's wrapped in a coin purse.
All right, lads and lasses.
Damn, Lee.
With that, we celebrate the man's life. Frank, Booger, grab the rum from below deck. I think we've earned ourselves a drink. Apart from you, McCullen, and
He turns to Hazel.
ye are not getting a fucking sip either.
Don't worry, crew. I'll check it for random shit in the bottle before I hand it out. It'll be all right.
I might say as a double portion for Kaelin for saving the fucking ship.
Kaelin offers
Kaelin-
a nod in thanks.
Sorry, I was just gonna say
Okay.
Hazel hangs her head and goes below deck, accepting her fate, hanging out with McCullen.
Oh, it's just
Damn.
Oh, puppy dog eyes.
And with that, we'll end it there for the night.
I didn't get any fucking treasure. This is bullshit.
Wait and see, sir. Wait and see.
Fuck.
I mean, you did bring that guy's body back. He could have something in his pockets.
Absolutely.
That's true. We didn't check the body, yeah.
Absolutely. So, I think I went well. I enjoyed that. Yeah, the real adventure was the real treasure was the adventure all along.
Shut the fuck up.
And also,
Just fucking McCullen around. That's what
it
the
was
real-
that was
real
fucking
treasure.
brilliant. And you know what? I'm going to say that due to Jump's sterling roleplay earlier with the flashback, and the combat, surviving a head-on attack from a Kelpie and nearly setting the ship on fire, I'm going to level you up to level 5. Congratulations.
Yay!
Major
Well
character progression.
deserved.
Yeah. But next session is going to be the good one. It's going to be good. Wait to see what I've got planned, boys and girls.
Next session next Sunday?
Next Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, any parting words from anyone? Anyone doing anything this week? Anyone want to say anything to anybody?
See you all next week, you bunch of fucking scallywags.
Chat, moderate your drinking.
Yeah, don't.
Also, don't.
Who's that coming from? Is that coming from Diesel or Booger?
That's coming from Diesel.
Oh, okay.
Don't drink bottles with small round objects in the bottom. I think it's another.
Well, there is that too.
Check your drink before
Yes.
you drink it.
Yes.
I meant IRL, but yes, check your drink. You never know when there's going to be a roofie colada.
And don't throw oil and fire on a wooden ship.
I mean, I think just don't throw water on oil in general is probably a good takeaway.
And I cook too. Like, what the hell?
Oh, that's why I was grinning.
That's what worries us, John.
From ear to ear. I was like,
Yeah, we see how you treat oil.
is she
But
gonna do
that's
this?
my character.
Oh, it's
she
great.
doesn't think. She's a chihuahua.
Yeah. I mean, this. I was sat here and I was like, oh, you've got a water bottle.
Terrible thing.
I'm not putting ideas in your head, but you've got a water bottle. Excellent. Okay, on that note then, I'm going to mute you guys up and I'm going to see about closing stream out, so I'll speak to you shortly. Well, let's, what have we got? We'll pop over to that. Oop. And head over to that temporarily. Oh, I can slouch it last night. Aha. Check it before you trigger it. Absolutely. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. It was good fun. Absolute crazy start to the stream. Shout out to Ed for the resub and the fucking avalanche of gifted subs. Shout out to Big Steel, to Palmer for the gifted subs as well, and Jump and Nikki for the resub. Big Bear IRL, Once Upon a Joy, STX Live, thank you for the follows. Freebird also came in with an avalanche, another massive avalanche of gifted subs, so thank you, I appreciate it. Lone Wolf came in with the raid, B-Dub and Blue with the follow, and then last but not least, Deez with the bitties. So honestly, guys, thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it, and I hope you had fun. I know I did. I love D&D. It's good fun, especially when, as I say, you've got a group who throws themselves into it. Oh, Sneezer did as well. How did I miss that? It's not actually come up on my feed. Gutted. But Sneeze, in fact, just everyone who support, I appreciate it. Everyone levels up with Hazel loses. Fearless 5th edition's good. In fact, have we got some music that's a little bit more? What have we got? Something a bit more upbeat that I can use to stream. In fact, I know what we've got. Music. Purchased because I can use this without no DMCA stuff. Oof. And we'll throw up a few of the old. Calm down, cat. Yes. That too loud, or are we good on that one? Let's add some of these to the list. King Lucius is going away with the Drunken Sailor. It's good. Good. F is streaming Valheim. Is she? Okay. Hard bass. There we go. Okay, we'll leave that going. Lee's just here to ruin my plans. I mean, yes, it does ruin my plans, but not in a bad way. You know, you have always thrown in the IQ 200 plays that I'm like, fucking didn't think about that. But yeah, as I say, it's good fun. Cutter was based on an old D&D rogue. I see. It doesn't matter how much you prepare as a DM. Exactly. That's true. That is true. It's it only takes one decision to completely pawn off the DM's plans. So let's see who's streaming. So we've got Effie in Valheim. You know what? We've not seen Effie in a long time. Let's go over there. This control, yeah. You're not wrong, Enders. You're not wrong. Raid channel. F it all up. Where is she? There she is. Cool. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. On that, I will see you all next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday. For more Adventures of the Black Mark. So, ta-ta for now. Thank you for the support, folks, and see you soon.
Early in the morning. Oh. All right, off we go. We'll go and see this Effetala. See what she be doing in the world of Valheim.